Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Here we go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prosper, Texas in the State 4A Division II semifinal. That's right, just 48 short minutes away from another state championship appearance for these Gilmer Buckeyes. Jeff Rash tonight, if they can take on the Graham Steers, not an unknown opponent. They come off a big, huge last-second win against the Salina Bobcats.
Yeah, in fact, we were announcing that we were going to be playing Salina until 20 seconds left in the game.
We thought it was there, but these Graham Steers have pulled it off. And for you folks, we're almost halfway between Gilmer and Graham, only 17 miles away from the midpoint. And boy, what a stadium that we're in tonight here in Prosper.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful stadium.
This place is a palace. We decided to turn the cameras around, folks, so that you can actually see what's behind us, but I promise you, it does not do it justice.
Yeah, this is what $55 million gets you right here.
Right here.
In case you were wondering.
Great night for football, about 55 degrees, a very gentle wind, but the end zone facility in the north end will block a lot of that wind, so you couldn't ask for better conditions tonight. The Buckeyes come in playing basically the best football that they played all season, really hitting on all cylinders, defense, offense, coming off a huge win last week from Caddo Mills. And the Buckeyes, once again, 48 short minutes away from playing for another state championship, which is an exciting step.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, right? We do have 48 minutes of battle, and keep in mind that the Graham Steers, who are playing tonight, has a very rich history of winning as well. They've been 5 rounds deep in the playoffs. The same place we are today, 6 times in the last 12 years. So as far as West Texas football goes, they are kind of a powerhouse. And not only that, they have a little bit of an advantage this time, Todd, because they have a former Gilmer Buckeye from the 2004 state championship team as their offensive coordinator.
Kyle Wheeler, as you might probably remember that name. He's been through the coaching ranks out in Graham, and don't think for one second that Kyle isn't telling his Graham Steers what's coming at him tonight with his Gilmer Buckeye team. Generally speaking, the Buckeyes all had Beast Texas shirts made up from Houston Tomanello. They come in tonight basically saying, hey, get you some of the legend of Beast Texas with the speed and everything else. That is kind of a psychological advantage in terms of what goes on in West Texas. And you see it year after year after year that the West Texas teams, 13-1 Graham. But when you look at the scheduling, The Buckeyes have the third-ranked schedule in 4A.
Hardest schedule.
Hardest schedule, and Graham is 27th.
Yeah.
So not quite the same, but still 13-1. They're still here playing on December 11th.
Absolutely.
It's still the state semifinals.
You can't take it away from them.
You can't.
No question. And you know, but it is. You talk about the preseason game and just being in East Texas and playing East Texas football. You know, we're playing Carthage, we're playing LE, we're playing PG, we're playing Gladewater. You're playing
the Lindale Eagles,
who's playing for a state championship tonight.
They're playing in Division One.
Gilmer beat Lindale in a hard-fought game there in Jeff Traylor Stadium. So you know, Gilmer's been to this round of the playoffs 7 times in the last 17 years. They've been here 6 times in the last 6 years. So you know, we can talk about how hard our schedule was and how tough the opponents we've already faced were, and we did. We had to battle all the way through, and it's kind of funny. Just trying to get out of our district in preseasons seems harder than the first 4 rounds of the playoffs most years.
Because it was.
Because it is, yeah. But now it's getting real. I mean, you are definitely in round 5. There are only 4 teams left playing football for a reason. They're the best 4 teams in the state in Division II and 4A. And so, you know, this is going to be a good football game. But I'll be honest with you. And Todd doesn't think it'll be as good a game as I do. Todd's, you know.
I'm prejudiced.
Yeah, Todd's got, you know, his score prediction's like 52 to less than 52,
so
something, whatever it is. Yeah. So remember the last time we played these guys though was 2012. That's the last time we met these 2 teams, and Gilmer did win that contest 50-7.
It was a thumping.
It was. And so these guys don't want a repeat of that tonight. I guarantee you that they came with a good strategy. They're going to have a good sound offensive strategy, defensive strategy. Weapons tonight, Todd, on the offensive side of the ball for Graham?
Yeah, for Graham, it's all about their running back, big number 12, and you'll see his name called immediately. He's about 6'2". I
think he's number 15, right?
I think 12.
15?
I think
12. Okay.
He's about 6'2". He's about 225 pounds.
He's a big boy.
He's just a big lumbering back. Now, in
Got
terms
arms,
of he's huge.
Massive.
He's just a big old corn-fed, strong runner. He literally will run through individual tackle after tackle after tackle. But the good news for the Buckeye fans is he's not going to run away from anybody. In terms of speed and athleticism that the Buckeyes have faced, and we've had some good ones from Gladewater, first game of the year. They had 2 guys that can play anywhere from a Division I standpoint. You're talking about, you know, under 500-meter speed. Atlanta had 2 of those guys. Lindale had one of the best backs around that's committed to
they've
Oklahoma
seen good
State.
backs all year long.
We've seen 5 backs that are
Carthage,
essentially
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We've seen 5 backs that, and how about PG? I mean, we've seen some monsters. So we're going to have to gang tackle. We're going to have to rally the ball. We're going to have to get them going sideline to sideline. And of course, championships are won with defense, and with this black flag, that's what it's going to be about tonight, is get the ball into the hands of the white-hot Brandon Tennyson, BT as we call him, and get it to the offense, because these Graham Steers on defense, they are only giving up 14 points a game. Now you remember, as Joe Dodd tells us, the 30-point margin is the magic number. The Buckeyes have won 94% of their games when they scored 30 points since 1980.
Yeah, they've only lost 15 games since 1980 if they score 30 or more points.
41 years, and you've only lost 15 games.
Yeah,
it's the magic number. And when you do the math in terms of possessions and everything else, it's just because we've had the ball that much. And when you have the ball, it means you're getting off the field on defense. And that's, I think, what you're going to see from Graham. They're going to try to establish the run. They're going to run the ball in order to pass the ball. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to get them into 2nd and 3rd down long situations. How many times have you heard us say, when you hear us saying 2nd and 5 or less for Graham, they're winning the battle up front.
Yeah.
If you hear us saying it's 2nd and 7 or more, we're winning the battle up front.
Yeah, well, opponents against Gilmer have converted 32% of the 3rd down attempts and 42% of the 4th down attempts this year against Gilmer. Tonight, that is going to be a challenge just to keep it, because you've got a big, strong, powerful runner. So if you're looking at 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, they're going to go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to hand him the ball and say, try to stop this guy, run behind those big old linemen that they've got. And so they like the power run. They're one of these line up and run it down your throat type teams. You're not going to see a lot of running tonight from the quarterback for Graham. He's got a negative 27 yards of rushing this year.
That's not his job.
It's not his job, but he's pinpoint accurate. He's got a very high passing rating efficiency. He can put it on the money. How many he's thrown?
33 touchdowns to
Yeah.
only 4 interceptions.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Phenomenally accurate, and
he's thrown for like 2,500 yards. He's good.
He can sling the football. And he's got an array of receivers that are really quick, and they're a lot like Godley. You know, they get open, they have a knack.
Yeah.
So look for, as you said last week, Jeff, when we get to this 5th round, there's no bad teams left.
No.
I mean, everybody now, Wimberley, Carthage, Gilmer, Graham, that's the Final Four. They're all 13 and 1 or 14 or undefeated in the case of Carthage. You got 3 losses between 4 teams, and they've all lost to each other. You know,
Yeah.
Gilmer's got the loss to Carthage.
Yeah.
So this is the best of the best. So you're going to have to play your best in order to earn your spot in the next round at Jerry's World next week, 11 a.m. That's where the Buckeyes want to be. And right now they got to get through these Graham Steers, and let me tell you, they're going to play solid. They're going to play fundamental. They're going to try to get 3, 4, 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
Absolutely.
They're going to try to keep the ball away from the Gilmer Buckeyes and try to minimize that athleticism. They'll run what we call a 10-1 scheme defensively. So look for the Buckeyes to try to spread them out, get their athletes into space. We probably will see more of empty backfield sets tonight than we normally see. And watch the feet of Brandon Tennyson. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Last week, you know, they were keying off the quarterback, who they just absolutely shut down. Other than one run, I think he would have had negative yards in the game. This is a guy that put up 2 200-yard games during the year and had thrown for in one game 8 passes. They just absolutely, the Buckeyes' defensive scheme, we talked about it on the coaches show this last week. That was the best defensive scheme I've probably ever watched. It was amazing. And on the offensive side of the ball, they had a great plan, and they executed on both sides of the ball. You know, Coach Metzel and the coordinators were extremely happy, because that was what they felt like was the first time the Buckeyes really all season put up 4 full quarters from the first whistle to the last. They played every down. They played physical. The defense just absolutely dominating, picking people up, slamming them to the turf. I mean, really playing physical. Offensive line did a great job opening up, giving Brandon plenty of time to throw the football. Brandon just put on a quarterback clinic from a passing perspective, and so these guys really had put it on. And so we're going to midfield down here. And doing the toss, it looks like Graham has won the toss and elected to. Buckeyes won the toss.
We deferred.
To the second half, which we did last week.
Yeah, it'll be about the black flag to start things off here tonight. And so as we go to our pregame activities, Jeff, let's cut to our quick sponsorship breaks. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. In about 4 minutes, we'll be right back with kickoff. And until then, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, for listening out there on eText, for joining us on NFHS. And we will be right back to have our kickoff right after these messages.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
For 120 years, First National Bank of East Texas has been earning the trust of our customers and our East Texas communities through ever-changing times, with the commitment, dedication, and financial strength of our network of branches across East Texas, fulfilling dreams big and small, and earning your trust every day. Let our friendly, expert staff serve you and your family's financial needs. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
Hello, Buckeye fans. Jeff Rash here. I lost 50 pounds this year, and my wife Dina lost 28 pounds with Optavia. I dropped my cholesterol 120 points, I sleep like a baby, and I feel 20 years younger. My 71-year-old mother, who's going to kill me for telling you her age, has lost over 30 pounds so far, and dozens of our friends and family have done the same. We believe in the program so much, Dina became a certified coach. So if you're tired of being overweight and unhealthy, give Dina a call and reclaim your health in 2021. It's the perfect Christmas present and a great New Year's resolution. 903-841-2804.
Go. Welcome back to Prosper, Texas, where your Gilmer Buckeyes won the toss, deferred to the second half. They will kick off tonight, as you see, wearing all white. They're going to kick to the south. And look out, Jeff, because last week these Graham Steers returned the opening kickoff against Salina about 91 yards for a touchdown to really set the tone. They blocked very well. No real speed demons on the field. It's not like anybody's just completely slow down there for Graham, but they don't have any absolute speed burners, Jeff. So big number 20, Hernandez, out to kick off for the Buckeyes. And the two Graham Steers standing at their 10. There is a wind out of the north, which means that right now the slight breeze is to the back of Hernandez. And so the black flag is going to have the first opportunity to see if they can. Offense. That's exactly how they started the game last week. We'll turn it over to the voice of the Buckeyes to kick this state semifinal match off, Jeff Rash.
All right, here's the kickoff. It is a big one from Hernandez, and that's going to go right through the back of the end zone, and that's going to bring Graham out to great field position. They're going to come out 1st and 10, and we're going to get to see who these guys really are right from the back. We talked about it in pregame tonight. They've got the big back in the backfield, the guy that absolutely gets it done. He is just a monster running back.
That's J.J. Lee. He is the senior linebacker and running back, and they're going to be...
Yeah, and number 15
that's
is
Daniel
Gilbertson. He is the big back we're talking about. He's got the size and the strength, and he's the guy that helped put it on Salina last week. And they're going to hand it to him often tonight. So you'll be hearing Gilbertson's name quite a bit, including right now as he bounces out to the left side and gets a nice run there. Looks like he picks up 7 or 8 yards on the first carry, and you're going to see that a lot tonight.
Yeah, Jeff, that's what we talked about. Where is Graham on second down? Right now, right where they want to be, 2nd and 3. They pick up a big 7-yard gain over the right side. They load that up and run behind number 17. That's the big F-back, Reagan Carter. He's the tight end. But he's offset in the slot.
All right, one back in the backfield, one man in the slot. And they're going to pass right here. And look at that, just a great shot by number 14, Dylan Fluellen. Comes up from his corner position and just puts the wood on him. It looks like they did catch the ball, maybe got a yard there. It's going to be 3rd and 1, so guess what they're going to do here, Todd?
Yeah, they're going to Big Gilbertson, number 12, running back. Look at it, over the right side, they've got everybody in there tight. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers to the right of the center.
All right, they hand off and he gets a big hole. Great job on the left side of that line, opening up the hole for Gilbertson.
Moving the chains for the first time tonight, and that's exactly what the Steers want to do. They get it out to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10, and just what we thought, Jeff, 15 is going to be their bread and butter all night. And the Buckeyes with Bryce Jimerson and Matthew Burton in there, going to have to figure out a way to get some penetration and see if they can't get the Steers into 2nd and long.
All right, quarterback in the shotgun. They're going to fake the handoff to Gilbertson. Tries to dump it out to number 17, and that's going to fall incomplete. And it was defended by number 17 for the Buckeyes, who had just a stellar game, or he's had a lot of stellar games this year, actually. And that is Rowan Fluellen on the defense for the Buckeyes. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball's going to be spotted there on the 39-yard line.
That's right where they want to be, Jeff, from Buckeye defense standpoint. Let's see if they can't come up with a stop here.
All right, they're going to hand it off to Gilbertson up the middle, and Buckeyes wrap him up immediately. I think that was number 56, maybe, that made the first contact down there for the Buckeyes.
That's Derek
Borda, and he is there immediately, gets off his block and makes a good tackle there for the Buckeyes, and that is going to drop him for a no gain and brings up 3rd and 10. Now, this is the kind of position you want to keep these guys in right here.
Watch number 4, Jeff. He's lined up in the slot on the right-hand side. The Buckeyes are going to play zone with cover 2, where they're going to give a cushion and play the sticks. And but they're going to go to the air here and try to read that zone. Here's where the quarterback's arm comes into play.
Fakes the quarterback, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws across midfield. Dangerous throw as it almost gets picked off by number 14, Dylan Fluellen.
Yeah, that is not where he wants to be in terms of throwing on the run. And the Buckeyes, after giving up only 1 first down, gets to the Steers into 2nd and 3rd and long, force them out of their comfort zone. Now they're going to punt. Rowan Fluellen is going to stand about his own 30-yard line. 9:49 left, so 2 minutes and 11 seconds gone, and the Buckeyes are going to have the ball and be able to hand it to that fast break offense. And that's, well, we got a flag down, and that's going to be.
Yeah, they got a flag on the play before.
Procedure.
Illegal procedure. That'll back them up another 5, so that's going to be 4th and 15, so that backs them up a little bit. They've got a kicker down here tonight too, and I'm not sure if that's the same guy that punts, but their kicker was hitting 50-yard field goals and hitting them off the uprights.
And he won it last week against Salina with a 45-yard field goal, and just in the last second to give them the victory to get them advanced to here. But it's not the punter, but he punts as well. But special teams at this level, Jeff, always a factor, and the Buckeyes got to execute on special teams.
All right, left-footed punter. That ball is going to hit the turf and take a little bit of a steer bounce across the 25 out to the 23-yard line. And so Buckeyes going to come on. Here comes Tennyson with his offensive crew. 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard lines. And let's see what the Buckeye offense has in store. And that's what they wanted right there, was 3 and out and get the ball back. So that's kind of according to game plan. And let's see what Tennyson and the Buckeyes have in store now for this Graham defense. A nice defense. They've got a good defense. Todd, you mentioned they've only given up an average of 14 points all year long. And so these guys will come hit you. They play good fundamental football. And so the Buckeyes have got trip receivers to the left, one to the right, one man in the slot. Here's the snap. Brandon immediately forced out of the pocket, breaks 2 tackles, heads to the sideline for a gain of about 3. And you can see good penetration right there.
Yeah, there's the difference. They bring an all-out blitz on the pass, and Brandon picks up 4 yards. And that's just the athleticism of Brandon Tennyson that just basically jukes 2 guys. You know, he had a run for a touchdown on a broken play last week, Jeff, where he just left a wake of green jerseys, just faking guys right out of their uniforms. 2nd down and 6 so far. Good
quick
start
pass,
here.
complete to Haynes, breaks 1 tackle, and then he gets drugged down at the 27-yard line. So that's going to be no good. He lost about a yard on that one. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, need to convert here and get some rhythm going offensively as Graham trying to fill some stuff out and look for max protect here and look for them to bring pressure here for Graham. They got 4 guys in the box now, 4 down linemen, and looking to bring a blitz from that middle linebacker position. Brandon, a little bit smart, reads that, shifts everything over, adjusts the play, and they bounce out to a zone coverage on the wide side of the field. Let's see what the Buckeyes have here.
All right, Tennyson drops back, got time, hits Mason Hurt for the 1st down. Great job there. Mason's been clutch all year long, especially on 3rd downs, and man, he really reels one in there.
Yeah, it's just an easy pitch and catch out to Mace. Now they're going to do the same formation to the opposite side and look to the top of the screen, Jeff. There you go. There's Rowan Fluellen. Gets a block and picks up about 6 on 1st down. And right now just taking what the defense gives them. And a good rhythm for Brandon starting out so far as just these short passes get him into rhythm. He's 3 for 3 already. 2nd and 6 for the Buckeyes from the Graham 44, and the Buckeye offense getting a little rhythm now, Jeff.
All right, we got one back in the backfield. It's Haynes, who had a 202-yard rushing game last week, and he's going to add to that total a little bit here as he picks up another 3 or 4, and the Buckeyes looking at 3rd and short, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 from your own 48-yard line. All kinds of options unless you just get a complete busted play here. Probably 4-down territory, but the Buckeyes like to pick this one up right here.
All right, Haynes still in the backfield. Here's the snap. Gets a good block. Dumps the 1st down completion to who other than number 12, Mason Hurt once
Bread
again.
and butter. That out route is just carving them up as they're playing soft on the corner, man-to-man on the outside. And, of course, the Buckeyes doing just what they wanted to do. They stretched Graham out sideline to sideline, playing fast into Graham territory. Now the Buckeyes are marching.
All right, Tennyson rolls to his left side, dumps one, dodges one would-be tackler, and another big 8-9 yard gain there. That time the sophomore Rowan Fluellen on the completion.
I've decided, Jeff, that we can't call him a sophomore anymore because he's 14 games into his career and he's starting to play like a sophomore. So I don't know what we classify him as, but he is going to be a good player, and I'll just say we got 2 more years after this season left on his contract, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's the best news. All right, here's the snap. Drops back, fly route down the sideline, It is almost picked off, as that one's a little bit overthrown, and had great defense there by the Graham Steers. That was intended for Dylan Fluellen.
Yeah, Brandon threw that to the outside, expecting that that Dylan would fade to that outside, and instead he cut a little bit back inside. But obviously 4-down territory here, 3rd and 2 once again for the Buckeyes.
2 receivers left, 1 right. And that's going to get blown dead. Probably going to be an illegal procedure against the Buckeyes.
That's what hurts right there. 3rd and 2 turns into 3rd and 7 as we've got movement up front, and a little bit of a self-inflicted wound on 3rd and 2 backs the Buckeyes up. So again, watch for this out route. They've gone to it 3 times already, Jeff, tonight to move the sticks out to the wide side to Mason Hurt. And 3rd down and 7 now from their 44-yard line. The Buckeyes need the 37 for a 1st down.
All right, motion. Rowan Fluellen to the left side. 2
Man
receivers
coverage.
left, 2 right. Tennyson drops back. He's in trouble. Got lots of room to run. Heads straight through the middle. Gets the 1st down.
Yeah, and that's just all Brandon Tennyson with his feet. That is a run-pass option. He gets everybody outside, uses his speed, moves the chains, and Graham just hasn't seen anybody come at him that quick. All of a sudden you blink and number 11 is 7 yards up the field. 1st down Buckeyes.
Trip receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Haynes in the backfield from the shotgun. Here's Tennyson. Drops back. Got time. Fires one wide open. Number 14 will score.
Touchdown, Dylan Fluellen. What a route and what a throw by Brandon Tennyson. Ball never hit the turf that entire drive, Jeff. Let's see what his stats were on that from a passing standpoint. But Brandon Tennyson just picked right up where he left off on Friday night. 7:01 left, and it takes the Buckeyes just over 3 minutes to march 76 yards to pay dirt. Early lead for the Buckeyes with 7:01, 6-0 extra point left to come.
All right, Guidry in for the hold. Hernandez in for the kick. And it is up and right through the uprights. Folks, Gilmer strikes first with 7:01 left to play in the 1st quarter. And it is Gilmer 7, Graham Steers 0. We will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
So Brandon Tennyson on that drive, folks. 6 out of 7 for 64 yards, including that touchdown strike to Dylan Fluellen, brings the Buckeyes early up 7-0 with 7:01 left. And remember, the Buckeyes deferred after winning the toss and have already kicking off here for the 2nd time. And you got to feel like, Jeff, that the Graham Steers are a little bit in shock here as they got 3 and outed after they're picking up their first down. And then the Buckeye offense just stormed down the field. I mean, that was clinical.
The Buckeyes are already halfway to their average score.
Exactly.
All right. Here's the kickoff by Hernandez. And once again, with the wind behind his back, he's going to kick it right through the back of the end zone. And that's going to bring Graham out to the exact same starting point here. And the Buckeye black flag defense, which easily took them off the field during the first possession, is going to have their challenge here once again tonight.
Yeah, and Jeff, as our guru on stats, Mark Skinner, just told us, in the first possession, Graham gives up half their season average in terms of points. And really, Brandon Tennyson, BT, and the Buckeyes made that one look easy as they just stormed right down the field, picking up several 3rd downs.
Yeah, they're having them reset the play clock a little bit down there. Got a little confusion down on the field, but they'll get that fixed here pretty quick. And so here is the Buckeye black flag defense stepping up to the plate, led by number 5, Jet Jones, the middle linebacker, who's had just an incredible year this year. I think 117 tackles so far. Right up the middle, and Jet's the first guy to meet him there and back him up. along with some of his buddies, but he did get some good forward progress. That was a nice run. 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah,
bring up 2nd and 4.
Just like the first drive started, Jeff, they just go right up the middle and they get 6 yards. But the Buckeyes flexed on them the second series and got them off the field pretty much starting at the same spot. Let's see if Graham stays with the ground game. That's where their bread and butter's been. Or if they try to kind of go back to the air and stay balanced here. 2nd and 4, though, is exactly where they want to be.
All right, 2 receivers left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off once again up the middle. He's going to be good maybe for a yard, but a lot of Buckeyes there certainly denying the big hole. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2, which is what we saw earlier on their first possession, which they were able to convert. If you'll remember, they went right over the left tackle. Let's see if they go back to that bread and butter play once again on the left side.
Yeah, on 3rd down, they put 5 guys to the right side of the field and then went back to the weak side of the field on the cutback run. And Gilbertson's going to have to earn it. He's about 2 yards behind the quarterback who's in the shotgun. But the Buckeyes are looking to stack this one up front. They're looking for a run here.
All right. They hand it to him again. This time he tries to go up the middle. He dives forward. Looks like he's going to get to the marker, and that's going to move the chains.
Jeff barely picks it up on the second effort. He was really stopped there. The Buckeyes slanted right to it with big number 27, Bryce Jimerson. But just like the last drive, staying on the ground, they managed to pick up the first down of the series, move it out to the 35-yard line of Graham. But so far, Jeff, they haven't even come close to sniffing Buckeye territory. 1st and 10 now at the 35. 6 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Buckeyes lead 7-0.
All right, same set. 2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield. They're trying to do a quick count, draw the Buckeyes off. He runs up midfield, gets a big break, and there was a penalty flag dropped. I think the Buckeyes kind of dropped their guard because there was a flag. Now, if that's an illegal procedure, that's going to bring them back and penalize them 5 yards. The Buckeyes did jump across the neutral zone, but they did jump back before the ball was snapped. They're going to call that offsides against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, so we get gashed on that play, and as you said, Jeff, big number 44, Matt Burton, stepped across the line and stepped back, and then big 15, Gilbertson, broke one over the left side, the exact same play that they picked up the first down before, and I might have jinxed them, Jeff, saying that they hadn't gotten into Buckeye territory. They're there now, 1st and 10 at the Buckeye 40-yard line, and with the kicker that they have, Jeff, the Buckeyes need to stand up right here and stop Graham to have any hope of keeping points off the board.
Graham hands off once again up the middle. And number 15, the running back, he's going to be good for about 2 yards on the carry and bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, huge right here, Jeff, in terms of getting a stop. They're about 6 yards away from being in field goal range for their kicker.
Now, he is facing the wind, but I assure you he can still hit it. If he gets to the 35, he can hit a field goal if needed. And they don't mind using him, by the way. They've got a lot of confidence in his leg. So this may be one of those games, you don't see it a lot in high school football. This may be one of those games where you actually see 6 or 9 points put up just by the kicker because they're not afraid to use him. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off once again to Gilbertson, and they're going to stop him short right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Rona blew that one up, blitzing right to it from his outside linebacker position.
Yeah, Rona has just had a ridiculous year this year.
Yeah, look for pressure here, Jeff. That quarterback is not exactly an escape artist. And if the Buckeyes can pinch in on those wide receivers, this is obviously throwing territory, and they can get a sack here. They will move Graham out of field goal range. And I don't think they'll try one from here, but if they can pick up 5 or 6 yards, Jeff, they'll absolutely be in range. Right now, it's about the Buckeyes being able to execute and get off the field on 3rd down.
All right, Graham shows motion to the left side. Here's the quarterback dropping back under pressure, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Borda.
Number 56, Derek Borda, with the first tackle, or first sack rather, in the game, and he's going to drop him for a 5-yard loss, which is going to bring up 4th and 15
Huge
from the
stop.
Buckeye 45-yard line. So they're going to have to punt.
Black flag standing up and making a huge stop there as they're going to try to pin the Buckeyes deep on that last drive, Jeff. It really didn't matter. But watch out for number 17, Rowan Fluellen, standing at his 15-yard line. He is a very, very smart player in terms of fielding punts, and he will flip the field on you if you don't watch out.
All right, there's the punt, hits the turf. And as he's been doing all year long, he picks it up and he's going to take it back down the left sideline. He's got blockers and lots of them. He cuts back across midfield. He is headed to the house. One man to beat. Can he do it? He can. And he's going to take it all the way back to the house for a touchdown. He says, my brother's not going to be the only one to score tonight. Dylan scored the first touchdown. Rowan scores the second on a punt return. And just like you said,
he will flip the field on you.
He can flip the field.
He's so smart. He lets that hit. It bounces right to him. He feels it at the 5 and goes 95 yards for the second Buckeye touchdown. And look out, because already the Graham Steers have given up 13 points, and we still have 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Huge special teams play there by Rowan Fluellen, managing to kind of Biwata, my friend, Biwata. He flows through the defense for 95-yard touchdown punt return and saves Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeye offense a trip out to the field and says, hey, fellas, I got this next touchdown. I got you.
All right, here's the extra point attempt, and certainly it is good by Hernandez. And Buckeyes now have reached in the first quarter, in fact, in the first 9 minutes, have reached the average for the Graham Steers, what they've given up all season. They've averaged 14 points a game, and that's great. I want to do a quick shout-out. Miss Groves, who now lives in Graham, is listening to us tonight. And then, of course, one of our favorite fans, Todd, Miss Sharp, listening all the way out in California every Friday night. She's got a watch party going on in California.
How about it? Buckeye fans in California.
Buckeye watch party tonight. We'll be right back after these messages.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Back.
95-yard touchdown return of a punt by Rowan Fluellen. Jeff, I told you, you punt it to Rowan and he'll flip the field on you, and he certainly did it there. 95 yards to the house to give the Buckeyes a 14-0 lead. And Jeff, as you mentioned, this is as many points as on average as Graham gives up, and we still got 3 minutes and 8 seconds left, and Hernandez is kicking off for the third time already. What a start for the Buckeyes, who, by the way, are going to get the ball to start the second half. Yeah,
here's the kickoff team for the Buckeyes. Ball is up, and it's going to be another long one. This time it's going to be fielded inside the 10. A nice return now by Graham. Graham saying, hey, we can do that too. And good tackle there. I believe that was, is that number 12 or number 13?
Yeah,
that's number 13 down there on the tackle. That was Taylor Griffin.
Yeah.
And drags him down. But what a great return there by the Graham Steers all the way out to the 36-yard line. So they're going to start over with their best field position so far of the game.
For Graham, they've laid an egg here on the first two offensive possessions after a huge run by Gilbertson to breaking into Buckeye territory. The Buckeye Black Flag stood up. And right now, Jeff, down 14-0, they're going to go back to their bread and butter Gilbertson because they've got to figure out how to get an answer here before this one gets out of hand.
All right, they do. They hand it to Gilbertson. He bounces out to his left, and he just gets plowed. What a great job there once again. Dylan Fluellen and Jet Jones. That is, Jet came into this game with 115 tackles.
He is a tackling machine.
He's at like 130 right now.
He's a tackling machine.
He really is. He has been heart and soul of this defense this year, which has just been amazing all year long. And so they do a good job of holding him to short yardage. 2nd and 8 for the Steers. Let's see if they can get something going. They hand off to Gilbertson again. And he does fall forward and get 2 or 3 yards on that carry. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4.
Well, as you said, Jeff, they go back to their bread and butter. They go to Gilbertson and try to get that 3 yards. And more importantly, hang on to the football for a little while and keep it out of the Buckeyes' hands. So explosive so far tonight in the first quarter, but another opportunity for the Black Flag to get off the field here on 3rd down and really blow this game wide open. Let's see what Coach Tommy Edwards has here. As we've got man-to-man coverage on the outside.
All right, they hand off to Gilbertson and do a good job there on the fake. And he gets some big yards and a first down there. Luckily brought down by Arona, who came into this game with 74 tackles, which he's had a great season this year as well. But that does move the chains and back across midfield to the Buckeye 49.
Again, 2 years on Arona's contract as well. Love this sophomore class for the Buckeyes. But I tell you what, Gilbertson may have basketball season when he wakes up in the morning, but he's going to be sore. I mean, he is going to be feeling it tomorrow as he's
We're a long
carrying
way
the load.
from that so far. Cuts up field for another big yards, and that's why he's been so effective for him. He's led the team this year. Obviously, he has been the offense for this team, and you can see why. He's going against a great black flag defense that stood strong all year, and that's another 4-yard run. And if you're a back, 4-yard runs over one right after the other are exactly what you're asking for. I'll take 4 yards in a cloud of dust all evening.
Well, yeah, down 14-0 though, Jeff. You got to figure out a way to put it in the end zone as the clock now on the Buckeyes side, and they stack 6 guys in the box.
Yeah, they're coming for him. He didn't have time to get rid of this ball, but the offensive line does a good job. Man wide open, blown coverage. He's going to take it to the house.
Yeah, that is a faked out route that they set up. Catch the Buckeyes in man-to-man coverage. And number 4, Cody Guidry gets caught there in no man's land, and that's a play that we've seen on film about 4 different times. And, of course, the accuracy of the quarterback puts it right on the money. That's a touchdown for Graham. So they do here in the first quarter what they absolutely needed to do, down 14-0, which is answer. And they do that in the air. Two big number 4 for the Graham Steers. That's Trey Alvarez, and he has been Mr. Touchdown for Graham all season.
Extra point attempt is good, and the Buckeyes, a little bit of blown coverage, post route, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Graham Steers as they say, hey, we're not going anywhere. This is going to be a game tonight. So it is 14-7. Buckeyes lead with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
2-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, back here in Prosper Stadium, Prosper ISD, beautiful stadium, $55 million stadium to be exact.
That'll get you a whole lot of beautiful.
That'll get you a whole lot of beautiful. And Prosper is going to take a timeout. They come out on the field for a kickoff. Now, that's a little odd because you're just kicking off and it's only the first quarter. So are you sending a signal to people that says we're going to come out and do something different, like an onside kick or something right off the bat? I don't recall seeing people could take a timeout on a kickoff.
Yeah, I think there was something special that they had kind of cooked up there, Jeff, and they wanted to go right out, I think, and then just kick it and go straight at the Buckeyes because obviously from a momentum standpoint, big mistake by the Buckeyes lets Graham kind of back into this game as really the first 11 minutes of this game was all Buckeyes and a 14-7 lead now, and you're going to have to scratch and claw just to stay in this with everything that you got. 50 seconds left. And the Buckeyes look like that they're ready for any kind of onside attempt or anything else. But a big leg for the kicker. We've got Guidry deep, and we've got number 3, Devion Smith deep. You've seen them from a speed standpoint and what they can do. Oh, that's Jaden Griffin? Oh, yeah, that's Jaden and Devion. Okay. So
it's just good to see Devion back there, back deep for the Buckeyes. We've missed him for the last few weeks. And you talk about another dangerous return man. We'll see if they're going to even think about putting it back there. They're going to do a short pooch kick, bounced over the heads, and the right guy is there. Number 12, Mason Hurt. He does a good job of finding a hole right there in the middle of the field and just kicks a real short pooch kick in literally the perfect spot, the only hole in that return team. And Mason does a good job of seeing that and getting over, and the sure hands of Mason Hurt picks it up and saves the Buckeyes from a turnover.
Great field position now for the Buckeyes, 1st and 10 from their own 36. They are 44 yards away from pay dirt. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Buckeyes lead 14-7. Would you like to see them put it back in the end zone here and keep the pressure on?
All right, jet sweep, handoff to Haynes. Look what a great job he does cutting up field, dodging tackles down the sideline, big first down, and that is why he is the future running back of the Gilmer Buckeyes, at least for the next 2 years, the rest of this year, the next 2 years. just 15 years old, got 202 yards last week in the playoff game, and this week he is getting the big first down for the Bucks.
Well, that was jet sweep, and they read the play, had two guys in the backfield, and Ashton just juked them both, got to the corner, picks up a first down inside Steer territory already.
All right, they're going to fake to Ashton. Up the middle, Brandon Tennyson dodging tackles left and right, 15 yards and another first down.
Yeah, making it look easy, and really, we said at the top of the show, Jeff, Graham just has not seen this kind of speed come at him, and athletic ability is, as BT just leaves two guys in his wake, literally just standing there. He's right in front of you, and then he's gone. I mean, it's a little bit disheartening when you got two running backs that can go 40 yards down the field in two plays.
All right, here's the snap. Drops back, under pressure, dumps it, got a man open. It's 14, flags everywhere. I'm not sure if this is going to be a hold called against the Buckeyes. I'm assuming it's the only thing that it could be, unless we missed something. Flags flying everywhere, so it must have been pretty blatant.
Yeah, it came from both sides. Maybe it was a face mask. I'm not sure, but the Buckeyes are backing up as Brandon does a great job finding Dillon out in the flat. He could have run for 15, 16 yards, but I think that one's going to be called against number 27, Bryson Jimerson, who was in the slot and was out there on the pass route. Yeah, that's 27. That's Bryson Jimerson that they're going to call a 15-yard penalty there and move the Buckeyes all the way back.
Illegal block.
Yeah, all the way back. He must have blindsided somebody, Jeff. That we missed it. We didn't see the
that's the illegal block in the back and backs him up 15 yards. So
Bryson's not used to blocking people in the front. He's used to tackling people from whatever angle he can find them. But puts the Buckeyes in a big hole. First down and 25 from the Steers' 46-yard line, and obviously 4-down territory. But they got to get all the way down to the 21-yard line for a first down.
All right, let's see what they choose to do. They're going to roll to the right side, and we got another flag thrown, and that's probably going to be it's a fumble, but rolls out of bounds, and that flag coming from the back judge.
That's a hold.
More than likely going to be a hold against Gilmer as they were rolling to the right side. So Jeff, that's going to back them up another 10.
Yeah, Jeff, this is going to turn 1st and 25 into, first in the Star down in Frisco, about 11 miles south of here, as the Buckeyes going nothing but backwards here after two huge penalties, 35 yards in penalties on back-to-back plays. It just really puts you in a hole. So, what started out as an unbelievably promising drive is the Buckeyes go 40 yards on just two carries. Yeah, now that's going to back up from a spot foul. This may be even longer than that, Jeff. This may be about 1st and 37. I'm not sure how much is in the playbook for that, but, 4-down territory, if the Buckeyes can figure it out, it usually takes them about 4 to 5 plays to score from this far out, but just can't afford the penalties. And
1st and 35.
1st and 35 with 2 seconds left. This will be the first or the last play of the first quarter, Jeff, which has gone all the Buckeyes' way until the last two plays.
All right, Buckeyes plenty capable of getting 35 yards on any given play. And they're going to let the clock expire. They're going to turn around and flip the field. And while they're doing that, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So, Jeff, the first quarter is all Buckeyes. It's 14-7. The Buckeyes lead, and they were on the march until about 2 plays ago when the penalty bug bit. 3 straight plays of penalties back the Buckeyes up now into 1st down and 35 from their own 44, where they were really down about the 21-yard line if it hadn't been for the penalties. But the Buckeyes have 1st and forever now heading north up the turf. The good news is, Jeff, as you mentioned, they got 4 downs to get it done. Let's see what the Buckeyes do here to start the second quarter, leading 14-7. And they've had all the momentum in this game outside the one busted coverage that allowed Graham to score. But right now, you got to keep the pressure on and not have mistakes and get Graham, to the point where they feel like they have to play catch up, and momentum is such a huge weapon here in these playoff games. Let's see if the Buckeyes can find a way to convert.
And let's check this out. We're actually sending Dylan. They started him in the backfield, which is a little unusual, and then split him out wide. Watch this post route he's about to run. They're going to go route with Dylan and put him, our best guy against yours, and first down, Dylan Fluellen, and that's what we just said a while ago. They only need one play to get 35 yards, and when you see Dylan coming out motion, they wanted to say, we're going to go man-to-man with our guy.
Yeah, need 35, we got a pass play for 36. Inside the red zone now, 1st and 10 Buckeyes. So you got that one, Jeff. Simple answer to a simple question.
Absolutely. Great job, great call there by the offensive coordinator. And they're going to bat that one down. That was a little out route that was intended for Dylan Fluellen, and it's going to get batted away and bring up 2nd and 10 on the 20.
Yeah, they had him on the out route. It's going to be a batted down pass, Jeff, as you mentioned. And, Brandon just kind of doesn't create enough space back there in the backfield. Number 7, the defensive end, does a good job to get his hands up. Buckeyes, unlike last week, have to find a way to get it done in the red zone.
All right, Brandon Tennyson drops back. Got time. Fires one. Dylan Fluellen. And does he get in? No, they're going to say he got to the 3.
Stepped out of bounds. Dylan Fluellen just putting on a clinic, Jeff. He comes into tonight's game all-time leading receiver in touchdowns for the Buckeyes with 28 now. Ridiculous number. But we've got a Graham steer that's down at the Buckeye 25-yard line. But it's going to be 1st and goal. Let's do a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, Jeff, after these messages.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Buckeye receiver, Jeff, after 1 quarter and 29 seconds, Dylan Fluellen already has over 80 yards and a touchdown. Little brother not bad too, 95 yards on a kickoff return. He's got a touchdown too. So the 14 points on the board matches the 14 points on Dylan Fluellen's jersey, because it's been the Fluellen and Fluellen show as we've got the injured steer that's coming off the field. But 1st and goal for the Buckeyes from the 3. And Jeff, this is the place where the Buckeyes just figure out a way to get it done. You just got to get in the end zone.
Don't forget Mason Hurt, clutch 3, third down conversions and the covering the onside kick. So they're all having a good night tonight. Receiver corps doing a great job. Haynes running the ball well tonight. Offensive line blocking good. Obviously, Tennyson having some good luck on his feet. So far, a lot of momentum on the Gilmer Buckeyes side. Here's Tennyson. Heavy pressure, cuts up the middle, touchdown Buckeyes. Tennyson was supposed to run that to the right. They had it read and was sitting and waiting for him. And he said, no problem, I'll stop here and run back to the middle of the field.
Let me just juke 2 guys out of there.
What a great job there by Tennyson.
Yeah, they got some good-looking Under Armour uniforms there at the Steers, and both of them are laying about the 6-yard line as Brandon Tennyson, just like last week, does it again.
Yeah, broken ankles
just
everywhere.
Ridiculous. I mean, I can't wait to watch the replay on the big screen, Jeff, here in a second. Hernandez on for the extra point. Don't look now. There's still 11:26 in the second quarter, and the Buckeyes about to tag on their 21st point of the night. Buckeyes lead 21-7. Thank you, Brandon Tennyson, on a ridiculous run. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
Brandon Tennyson on an ankle-breaking 6-yard run for a touchdown gives this Buckeye team a 21-7 lead with just 34 seconds into the second quarter, Jeff. And I tell you, the Buckeyes hitting on all cylinders right now. Other than the busted coverage that gave up the touchdown, and in one play, how about the conversion in one-on-one to Dylan Fluellen, where he just goes up and, as they say, mosses a guy for 36 yards on 1st and 35 to go. Just erases the mistake, erases the penalties. Hernandez now on to kick for the 4th time tonight, Jeff. And the Buckeyes are really one possession away from kind of breaking this one open.
All right, high pooch kick going to be fielded at the 27-yard line by the Graham Steers, and they're not going to get much of a return on that. Forced out of bounds around the 37-yard line. And Todd, I tell you, it's amazing when you look back over the season. We've talked about what a great group of young men this is. I mean, they have such a great attitude. The coaches all agree, one of the most coachable teams any of them have ever coached. We watched them early on playing Carthage and playing, some great teams.
Lindale.
And just never could put together 4 quarters of football. But I'll tell you what, if you're going to peak, man, you're peaking at the right time. Last week, they played better than I've ever seen them play.
And Jeff,
this week, they're playing the same way as last week.
They may be playing better tonight.
They're a different team today than faced Carthage, I can tell you, back in the first 4 or 5 games earlier this year. Handoff up the middle to the big tailback, and he is running north and south as he does, picks up the first down. Great run there once again. He's got good yardage tonight so far.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line, Jeff. First time tonight that the Buckeyes really got blown off the ball on the defensive side. They defend the jet sweep with number 4 going in motion and kind of get to try to go north and south, and they just kind of gang up on Jerron Choice there on the outside defensive end. And
handoff again to Gilbertson up the middle, right over the top of the center, and he's good for 5 yards. It makes you wonder how good a shape is this guy in, because they are just wearing him out. But they've done it all year, so you assume he's got plenty of gas in the tank. He is a tough young man.
He'll be back there grabbing his knees in just a little bit.
So he is. You can't tell from as high up as we are, but he is much man. Kurt Traylor sent me a picture of him running the ball last week, and he is just a beast himself. He really is. About a 215-pound running back. They're going to hand it to him again. He bounces out left side, gets the first down, breaking tackles, brought down by Cody Guidry and Rowan Fluellen, but he gets the first down.
And you notice, Jeff, you can't tackle him around his feet. He's so good at being able to run through those foot tackles, great balance. But they are just, as you say, he's a workhorse right now. He's the only thing that they got going on offense. Down 21-7, the Graham Steers are having to ride number 15 and ride him hard. And they've got inside the Buckeye territory once again, 1st and 10 now from the Buckeye 41.
Yeah, he is. Gilbertson's just the go-to guy right here. We're keying on him. They fake the handoff to Gilbertson, drop back. Got a man open, number 4, once again, broken up. What a great job by number 14, Dylan Fluellen. Does a good job of, he was beat. He got over there and closed 3 yards really quick and got up there and batted that away, or that would have been another touchdown for number 4.
A huge play, and you just don't see that kind of athleticism. That's a Division I player against a good high school player right there. It's not just because he's that much taller. As we have... What is the penalty?
Well, it looks like we've got a penalty being assessed against the Buckeyes, and they are going to mark off 15 yards.
They're going to call a late hit, I guess, against the against
That's
Borda.
The only thing it could be.
And once again, the flags not exactly
favorable for the Buckeyes. They haven't been all year. We've really had a bad run of luck for the most part with the officials this year. But have managed to battle through those games. You think about the 45 yards so far in this game. Our record's 135 yards in game 3. So 165 is our record, Mark says. Around the right side, Gilbertson takes the handoff and turns it into a sweep around the right. Picks up about probably 5 yards on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 5, and they're knocking on the door of the red zone.
And Gilbertson is on the sideline. He has got his arm hanging kind of limp on the sideline here, and he is out of this game right now, Jeff, and that is a huge loss right now for the Steers on 2nd down and 7, as he's been their complete bread and butter. And I tell you what, he's just – they're riding him hard, and right now he is on the sideline for this play. Let's see if it makes any difference for this offense.
Number 12 in for the handoff, and he goes up the middle behind that big offensive line, gets some good yards. He probably got about 4 or 5 on that carry as Gilbertson had to step out of the game. And so they are moving the clock I mean, moving the yards stick, they have moved now into the red zone. They're looking at 3rd and about 3 from the 19-yard line of the Buckeyes. So Buckeyes need to stop here. Gilbertson has not returned to the game. So let's see if they're going to be able to convert this 3rd and 3 that they need. I would assume that if they don't, they might go ahead and try to kick a field goal
kick
from
a field
this
goal.
position.
They're well within field goal range right here, Jeff.
So let's see what they decide to do. They're going to hand off once again. Number 12 up the middle. It's going to be close. He is met by the linebacker.
No gain, Jeff.
And looks like Jet Jones made the stop before he could get to the first down marker. That is going to bring up 4th. And it looks like he got him at the line of they backed him up the line of scrimmage. So
15 back in.
Gilbertson comes back into the game at running back, and it looks like the Graham Steers are going to stay on the field down 21-7, and a huge opportunity for the Buckeyes to get off the field here. Watch them go back to Gilbertson, probably over the left side here, right at number 44, Matt Burton, who is kind of by himself out there on the left-hand side.
Well, they're going to key on him for sure. He goes right up the gut.
My
Look at
gracious.
this. What a great job. Who was that?
Absolute stop. Arona completely stonewalls him, and the black flag stands up. Look at Arona coming off the corner. He's outweighed by 50 pounds.
Here's the deal. This guy just caught Arona.
He did.
You see what I did right there?
I saw you there.
He just caught Arona.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
right.
pretty good. 8:16 left. The black flag stands up. Stonewalls Gilbertson. 1 yard loss. 1st and 10 Buckeyes now from the 20. And Jeff,
yeah, I haven't been able to
7.
stop him very much tonight. He's been good for an average of 4 yards a carry all night long. So if you're going to do it on 4th and 3 for sure. Great job by Arona. Up to 77 tackles so far for the season. Tennyson wants to run it. Looking for a hole, finds a little one, gets upfield for about 4 yards, maybe 5.
It's a run pass option, Jeff, that he has there, and Brandon doing a good job understanding that I'm up 21-7. I need positive yards here. No reason to take any chances. Picks up 4 and brings up 2nd down and 6 now for the Buckeyes. That's smart play at the quarterback position.
2 receivers right, 2 left, 1 back. Rolling to his right, throws. Ball is caught, and they're going to say he didn't catch it. That's a pass intended for number 14, Dylan Fluell, and they're going to say that he did not get it. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Brought pressure so far, Jeff, on both 1st and 2nd downs, and really kind of putting the heat on Brandon to make decisions here. Got to move the chains here now for the Buckeyes. Otherwise, it's going to be their first punting situation all night.
All right, dropping back, looking to pass, set up a beautiful screen. Look at this. Up the middle, number 38, Haynes going to get the first down.
That's smart coaching. Alan Metzel saying, look, if you're going to bring pressure, we're going to screen you, and moves the chains. And Mr. Kyle Wheeler out here has seen that a time or two and actually participated in some of those Buckeye screens back in his days and as a Gilmer Buckeye himself.
Yeah, remember Alan Metzel was his coach.
That's right. But 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. Luckily, Alan is coaching these Buckeyes right now.
All right, handoff up the middle, not going to go anywhere as we get back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Haynes just trying to keep them honest there as clock keeps running down to 7 minutes now. Buckeyes lead 21-7, and 2nd down and 10. And Jeff, a soft coverage now by these Graham Steers. They've got 2 deep, but they're backed off of the line of every single receiver about 6 yards. Basically just trying to keep everything in front of them. 3 deep now coverage. Linebacker is literally 10 yards deep in the backfield. Let's see if the Buckeyes, they draw them off. How about that?
Yeah, well,
smart play.
It's nice to see that goes both ways.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Both ways. Got the Steers to jump, and this is going to be a 5-yard pickup for the Buckeyes.
Still repeat 2nd down, but we're going to get a free 5 on that one.
Think.
Unless they say that the Buckeyes flinched. Our luck, they're gonna roll his hands and say this is a illegal procedure. He's gonna false start.
Unbelievable.
False start against the Buckeyes. Going to back them up 5 yards, and that's okay. 2nd and 15, as we like to throw deep passes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Nose guard comes across. Somebody needs to come pick up their that gum flag, because otherwise they're just going to leave it on the field all night as nobody recognizes that the flag is on the field. But maybe that's one less flag for a referee actually to throw. Is the umpire there that threw the flag finally picks it up. Second and 15
You sounded
now.
so bitter when you said that.
Let me tell you,
this just, it's not personal. It's all right. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, it's
second and 15.
It's Jeff Traylor's revenge.
Here's the snap. It is a quarterback draw, and look at the room he's got to run. Upfield, got one man to beat, got one more to beat. He's got a blocker there. He's going to take this all the way to the house. No flags on the play. Touchdown, Brandon Tennyson.
And BT showing the Jets what a block set up by big number 14. How unselfish as he gets out in front of that play. And he goes, how many yards, Mark Skinner?
73.
73 yards to the house to
We've
stretch
had
this
some
to
big,
27-7.
long touchdowns tonight, haven't we?
I'm telling you.
A 95-yarder, a 73.
It's just the speed. Once those Buckeyes get in the open field, Graham just has not seen anything close to what's coming at him. And Jeff, so far, we are knocking on the door of that magic 30-point number where the Buckeyes win 94% of their games since 1980 as we go to 28-7. 6:13 still left in the first half. Buckeyes dominant. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
70-plus yards for Brandon Tennyson on the quarterback keeper around the right side. Huge block from Dylan Fluellen. Stretches this lead to 28-7, 6:13 remaining in the first half, and it has been all Buckeyes. Remember, the Buckeyes deferred and will receive to start the second half as they're on to kick for the 5th time tonight, Jeff. You talk about playing 4 quarters, and so far for a quarter and a half, other than one blown assignment, this has just been all Buckeyes. Huge stop by the black flag on 4th down, knocking on the door of the red zone, and Graham is kind of on their heels right now.
All right, high pooch kick by Chavez. Going to be returned over to the left side, short return, and not bad field position. The Graham Steers are going to come out 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line and see if they can get something going, Todd. It's 6:08 left to play in the first half, and they are just on their heels as the Buckeyes have put up 28 points and played a near flawless game. Other than some penalties, one blown coverage, it has been all Buckeyes here tonight so far.
Yeah, they're feeling it right now, and now's the time that you put your foot on the throat and get a 3 and out and go score again. Plenty of time right now in this first half. Plenty of time for Graham to crawl back in it, and plenty of time for the Buckeyes to run away with it.
All right. They're going to send Gilbertson out on a route, and they are going
to intercepted
by Kiki Johnson. Number 21 takes a big hit, but that is all the way back out to the 49-yard line. That is the first turnover of the game, and that's going to be accredited to the safety, number 21, Jeff, Kiki Johnson.
That is the 5th interception their quarterback has thrown all year long. What a time for him to set up a pick now. And Brandon Tennyson, who's just finished his 73-yard wind sprint, comes back on the field 49 yards away from pay dirt. 5:59 left in the first half. The Buckeyes on the verge of blowing this one out if they can find a way to put it back in the end zone with a 28-7 lead.
Trip receivers right, one to the left. They're coming hard. Offensive line does a good job picking it up. Tennyson fights his way forward, gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but they sent everybody on that one, which was super dangerous, knowing how Tennyson can scramble. And if y'all happen to hear a holler every once in a while here in the press box, it's because we have got Mark Skinner here who has Tourette syndrome every time the Buckeyes do something good. And we've got a score here. Carthage 14, Wimberley 0 to start the game. And 2nd and 10, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff to Haynes. Gets behind his blockers on the right side. Graham does a good job of getting on it. Stops them at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10, Todd.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 from the 49 right now. And this is probably 4-down territory, but the Buckeyes obviously got to get at least 5 here. Watch number 12 and the big cushion that they're giving Mason Hurt out here to the wide side of the field. That's going to be to Brandon's left. So, BT, extremely accurate, but Jaden Griffin on this side of the field too. Just need positive yards here and maybe getting close to first down range. The Graham Steers are bringing the house.
All right, dropping back, rolling to the right side, going long, downfield, and what a catch by the Buckeyes. That is number six, Marche
Spraglin.
And he's going to draw a flag for a little celebration in the end zone, which he's going to be in a lot of trouble for. But it is 6 points.
Yeah, and Alan Metzel
saying, "What have I told you?" And but he does get the score, but they will be penalized, and that'll be assessed obviously on the kickoff.
Yeah, Coach Kennedy out to clean that one up, but Marche obviously turning around and going to get a 15-yard penalty for taunting. Just not necessary after you make a huge catch and go in and score. This will be on sportsmanlike conduct and be his first. If he gets another one, Jeff, he will be out of the game, and that's not something that you want to see. But huge.
You got to think this is Game 5. These guys are excited. I mean, you hear Mark Skinner yelling in the press box up here. I mean, Marche ought to get to do a little, rapid gunfire or something. I mean, that ought to be allowable. But it's not, and so they want these young men to learn sportsmanship, and that's why those penalties are in place. Yeah, and so they're not going to allow it, and our coaches don't allow it either. So he's going to probably have to run some laps this week for that one.
Yeah, he's going to not get to participate probably.
But let's not let that take away or deject from what a great catch.
What a great throw!
The ball.
What a great throw! Brandon Tennyson puts it right over the outreached hands of the defender. Marche does a great job to keep running. Extra point is up and good to stretch this to 35-7. Jeff, now the Buckeyes over the 30-point magic mark. They are 94% win percentage when they score 35. And I guarantee as we watch the replay right here, Brandon throws this one on the run right over the outstretched hands. Marche catches that one and scores, and then turns around and does his taunting to get the flag. So we're going to kick off again.
What an amazing job there. And hey, we've got some special guests in the press box with us tonight. We have got our title sponsors, Marty Young, Brent Godarzi, in the booth with us tonight. We're going to have these guys get on the mic at halftime.
Can I ask a question? Do they have any idea how much of their money we've spent so far this season?
Todd, let me tell you the first rule of sponsorship. You don't tell them till the end of the season how much we spent.
Well, guys, the good news is it looks like that we've got about another, if I'm doing my Buckeye math right, 60 minutes left to play.
Well, these guys sponsor the band. They sponsor the football team.
Everything.
They sponsor. If we had a badminton team, they'd sponsor that
it too.
If you haven't noticed, they're on every billboard in America. And they run one of the best law firms literally in the country, right there out of Gilmer and Longview, Texas. So we're tickled that they are former Buckeyes. Both of them wore this same uniform we're watching here tonight, and we're happy to have those guys. They're kind of celebrities in Gilmer, and we're happy to have them in the press box, and we want to thank them personally for their sponsorship this year. Here's the kickoff for Hernandez. All the way down. It's a high one, going to be fielded on the 20-yard line and returned to the left. Number 12, the ball carrier, and he just gets waylaid at the 40-yard line by number 16. Those were T-shirts flying. Yeah, they look like flags. You're so used to seeing flags.
A little bit off here. Well, let's also thank Brent and Marty for their sponsorship of the Gilmer Buckeye Band, who this week wound up getting third place in the state championship competition behind Lindell, who won the state championship in marching band competition, and obviously Brent and Marty sponsoring them as well. What a fantastic job by Eric Gray.
Yeah, third place in state.
Yeah, in state.
Very nice.
Bronze medal that they brought home. Congratulations to the Buckeye Band.
Who also got a one earlier this year.
Sweepstakes. I mean, for as long as we can remember,
one of the most decorated military bands in the state of Texas. Todd, you know a little bit about that. You marched on the field with that band.
Some more bling to add to the trophy case, and it's great to see with GISD that we just, hey, as coach, principal now, Brian Bowman always says, win everything. And that's something that Mr. Godarzi and Mr. Young behind us know about too. Win everything.
They know a little about that. From the shotgun, one back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Gilbertson. He's going to bounce to his left side. Pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry. We're going to call it 3. We'll give him that. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7. And again, you just got to wonder, is this guy going to ever get tired tonight? Because he is just getting pounded by that defensive line.
He's going to be sore tomorrow no matter what. 4:11 left to play in this half. Gilmer leads 35-7. trying to find a way to get the ball once again back into the hands of the Buckeye offense. Plenty of time. A 40-point first half would just be what the doctor ordered. They're expecting pass here, Jeff. There's only 3 guys in the box. Let's see if they hand it off here and count them in the box. They're going to do that.
All right. They're going to fake the handoff. Quick pass. Complete. Nice job there by the Steers. They're going to pick up about 6 yards. They're going to be a yard short, which is going to be 3rd and 1. Todd, I'll give you 3 guesses what they're going to do right here.
Yeah, and well, I only need 2. 1-5. It's all about number 15 right here.
The only guess is he going to go over the left guard or the right guard? Yeah, that's where he's headed.
I think it's probably to the left here because you see they put Matt Burton out on an island at the right defensive end. And there he goes right there.
Yeah, he cuts back to the right. He'll pick up the first down plus a couple as he gets all the way out to the 45-yard line, and that's going to move the sticks with 3:19 left to play in the second half. In the second quarter. Buckeyes, if you're just joining us, leading 35-7 after the pick by Kiki earlier, and then the touchdown by Marche. So this has been all Buckeyes so far tonight. And again, other than a few penalties and one blown coverage, it is just this story's been about Buckeyes on offense and defense. So here comes Graham trying to battle their way back in with 3 minutes left. Handoff, Gilbertson, big run up the middle. He's going to get about 10 and probably move the sticks.
Yeah, 2:50 left. It looks like he's going to be down to the 45-yard line once again in Buckeye territory. This is right where the black flag has really bowed its neck over the last couple of series, Jeff. And boy, number 15 is just a workhorse. It's going to be interesting just to see how many carries he's had. I'm not really concerned about how many yards because he's the only offensive weapon really that they've been able to have all night. 21 carries, wow, in the first half. That's like child abuse.
That's a lot of work. I don't care how good a shape you are. That is that'll wear you out.
Watch it.
Out of the pocket, it's going to be a sack.
Number 44, Matt Burton.
Matt Burton.
And that's the difference between having a really mobile quarterback that you saw last week for Caddo Mills and this week where your quarterback is not exactly a speedster, and he gives up an 8-yard sack to bring this to second down. And about 19 backs the Graham Steers all the way back to their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, that is the 16th sack on the season for Matt Burton this year. He is he's
a monster.
He's leading the team with sacks. Smart young man, knows where to be, knows how to get to the ball. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back, wants to pass, forced out of the pocket. He's going to run, and actually you can tell he's not a running quarterback, but he does get down across midfield to the 47. And remember, he came into this game with minus 27 yards rushing.
Well, he's got a lot.
He gained a few. He's in the positive.
He lost a few.
Yeah. So
doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. Coach Metzel being really smart with his timeouts. Burns one here to try to get another possession with 3rd down and 12. Will be a punting situation. You got to think they'll go to the air here. If this is an incomplete pass, it'll stop the clock. Well, now they're running the clock again. Maybe Coach Metzel did not burn a timeout there. I thought that he did call a timeout, but nevertheless, 3rd down and 12 and still 20 seconds on the play clock. If I were Graham, I'd just let this run.
3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Nobody in the backfield. Heavy pressure. He's going to get
Fumble!
Fumbles the ball, but able to recover it. And guess who's there once again?
Matthew, the big cat, Burton.
Matt Burton and number 7, Tristan McKeon there and putting the pressure on the quarterback. So that's twice in that series that the Buckeyes got their hand in there and got a sack.
Now we take a timeout to stop this at 1:03, Jeff. And how long has it been since you've seen a 40-point half for the Gilmer Buckeyes? 35-7 is their lead now. They're going to have plenty of time here as this punt's probably going to be fielded inside the Buckeye 20. Watch Rowan Fluellen back deep. He already has a 95-yard touchdown return on a punt. Back in the first quarter, and we'll see what the game clock here says. They put it back to 1:07 left now, as this is going to be 4th and 14 after the forced fumble, and Matt Burton really was the story of this stopping that drive. Really, Jeff, as soon as Graham tries to go away from number 15, you don't know how much gas he's got left in the tank after 21 carries in the first half alone. And he's the only thing that's been effective. You're down 35-7 if you're Graham. Now you got to throw the ball just to get back in. Cody Guidry now is going to be back inside his own 20 to field this punt. Let's see if they kick it to him or try to bounce one around and pin Gilmer deep.
Yeah, 4th and 17. Ball is on the 48-yard line of Graham. And you got Cody Guidry back this time instead of Rowan Fluellen standing on his own 13-yard line. they got the wind at their back, they're going to get a good punt. And that ball is going to, what a great punt. It is going to bounce out of bounds around the 6-yard line, the 5-yard line. So Buckeyes have 1 minute to go 95 yards.
2 timeouts left for Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeye offense that has been white hot here in the first half. They've got an opportunity, Jeff. Remember, we get the ball to start the second half because the Buckeyes won the toss and deferred. So right now the Buckeyes literally have scored pretty much every time they've touched it. And if they do it here, they'll go a perfect literally 7 for 7 in terms of their possessions to touchdown ratio. It doesn't get much. That's kind of a Godarzi and Young type statistic right there.
Yeah, they've got Cody Guidry in the backfield right now. Haynes is not in the backfield, so they're going to send him out. Rolls to his right side, decides to keep it, tucks it, runs upfield, gets a first down. That's going to move the chains. 50 seconds on the clock.
Stop the clock. The Buckeyes will hustle back to the line of scrimmage very quickly. And that play is a little slow developing, but Brandon gets what he can get. They decide to run the clock as soon as they start the chain or spot the chains.
All right, here comes the snap. Tennyson drops back, fires one, out route intended for number 14. Fluellen is going to be batted away. That's the second time tonight we've seen a pass batted away. That leaves 37 seconds on the clock, 2nd and 10.
And once again, that's big number 7 out there. That's Corey Ballou. And that's the second one, Jeff, as you mentioned, he's gotten his hands on tonight to bat that down.
All right, Tennyson takes the snap, drops back, launches a long one over the middle. It's number 6, going to be almost picked off. And Marche saying, come on, man, you call that on me all the time. Give me a break. So they're going to say, no, that's clean. 30 seconds left on the clock.
I don't think number 6 is going to get any more calls tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, no, that was punishment for celebration earlier. But that was a post route that, had that been Dylan, he might have been able to go up on top. Marche doesn't have quite the same height as Dylan does. But Buckeyes are showing you they're going to keep striking here and trying to get another score on the board and going at half with a commanding lead.
Need a first down here, Jeff.
All right, quarterback keeper rolls to his left side, and he's going to stay in bounds, which is going to keep the clock running, and I guess they're just going to be content with 35.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. You can roll out the punting team if you want. No need there. Okay, so Graham calls a timeout. So that is going to stop the clock. And we are going to have a punt here as Hernandez is going to come on to punt this one away. First punt of the night, Jeff, by the Buckeyes comes with 23 seconds left in the first quarter behind a 35-7 Buckeye lead. Right now you just basically want to say, look, let's take this 35-7 lead in at halftime. We're going to get the ball to start the second half. And then let's just try to end this as quickly as possible because the Buckeyes are going to be 24 minutes and 23 seconds away from punching their ticket to their 7th state championship appearance in school history. It looks like Carthage is leading the game on the other side against Wembley. 14-0 was our last score, Jeff. We'll check those scores after halftime after the band performs. 17-0 now Carthage, as they seem to have things well in hand as well. And they are over, I think, at the ballpark in Arlington right now.
All right, here's the snap. It is a low one, but we're able to pick it up and get it off. Not a great punt through the air, but takes a great Buckeye bounce all the way out to the 41-yard line, and time clicks off. There's 13 seconds left. It makes you wonder, I guess Graham, since they called the timeout, says, hey, we're going to come out and throw it in the air and see what happens.
What do you have to lose?
This could get picked very easily if they just start launching one through the air.
Well, you got number 14 and number 3. They're number 4. They're going to be back deep. That's Guidry, Smith, and Fluellen, who are all going to be the 3 deep safeties. This is going to be kind of our nickel package. Rowan Fluellen comes off the field. He's got such a knack for the ball. But again, this may be just a take a knee right here. Only 13 seconds left. Buckeyes playing cover 3 back there. Jet Jones is still about 7 yards deep, looking for the underneath stuff. Let's see if Graham decides to try to take a shot here. Yeah, I think they will.
They're going to drop back, heavy pressure. Look at that. Jet Jones coming, Tristan McCann, and he has to throw it away with 7 seconds left. They're going to get one more pass opportunity. And again, if you're just joining us, Carthage 17-0 in their game.
Shaping up to be a Beast Texas State Championship at AT&T next week at 11 a.m. as sideline warning against Gilmer.
Hey, it's the only one we haven't had in a while.
Yeah,
We were due for that one.
Why not? These Dallas referees obviously have some cousins on the Fort Worth crew over there. Why not? Let's just.
The entertainment for me in this is not only football; it's watching you and Joe Dodd complain about referees.
I tell you what,
it's kind of my pastime here in the press box. Watching the frustration on y'all's face has been very rewarding this entire season. They're going to do a little draw play, and that's going to be the end of the first half of play. Gilmer leads 35-7. What an incredible one-sided first half it has been. We'll be back here in a little bit to show you the band. We'll have some halftime statistics, and hopefully we'll get a little interview with our title sponsors, Godarzi and Young. We'll be right back after these messages.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the award-winning Gilmer High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Murray. Officers from left to right are Emma Warden Jr., Sarah Warden Jr., Tiffany Wilson Jr., Lainey Drake Jr., and Skylar Ford Sr. The Stars welcome the holiday season by performing a beautiful hoop routine to Santa's Parade. as the Stars kick to the Gilmer Buckeye fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the UIL State 4A bronze medalist, Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Hit Me With Your Best Shot. The Gilmer Band Majorettes. The Buckeye Band competed at the UIL State Military Marching Band Contest this past Wednesday. The Gilmer Band earned the bronze medal for third place in Class 4A for all military marching bands in the state of Texas. Congratulations to the band on this awesome achievement. The Buckeye Band marches in the traditional American military style under the field command of Drum Major Jalen Wilkerson and feature twirler Hannah Three. The band steps off to Invictus March by K.L. King and Queen City March by Bourne.
All right, Buckeye fans, we're back here in beautiful, beautiful Prosper ISD, and the only thing more beautiful than Prosper ISD is the scoreboard right now, because it says Gilmer 37 and our opponent tonight, the Graham Steers, is 7. So what a great night it's been so far, first good half, and I'm joined here with two good friends of mine, actually, people that I've known pretty much all my life, and who also happens to be our title sponsors this year. And this is folks that everybody I think in Gilmer are familiar with. This is Marty Young and Brent Godarzi. Guys, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be here, and we appreciate y'all's lifelong dedication to the Buckeye cause. And it's important to us to be here. As I look on that field, and we talked just before we came on, the lessons we all learned on that field are why we've done what we've done. And we couldn't, none of us would be where we're at for what we learned in this Buckeye field many decades ago.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, what's it been, 32 years, 33?
32.
Yeah, we're all getting old. Marty was saying he couldn't see a while ago. We holding the page way out. But you guys have been our title sponsor this year, and we joke all the time on air about you guys sponsor, everything in the kitchen sink. What's the motivation there, guys? Marty, why don't you take that one? You guys that are sponsoring the band and every event that we do.
We're just glad to be in a situation where we can give back to the community that's given to us. We have a band we should be proud of, and the Gilmer Buckeyes are doing fantastic this year. The progression they're doing, I look forward to watching them in the state game.
Yeah.
We got another half to go, but I look forward to it.
I feel pretty good about where we are. So you guys just opened a new office in Longview. Tell us a little bit about it, including your favorite feature.
Well, we're proud to be in Gilmer and proud to be in Longview. Our office just expanded to where we had to get closer to the Longview Courthouse, the Marshall Courthouse, and the Smith County Tyler Courthouse, and we needed to hire a bunch of new folks. So that's why we did it. But our roots are always going to be in Gilmer, and we're there to not only try cases, but to help the community in any fashion we are. And Jeff there's a little rumor that we actually have a shark or two at our office, and we do, and we invite everybody who's listening.
I want to go see it
at some point in time to come by and see. So, anyway.
Well, you guys want to call this next half of football down here? We've got the kickoff.
We're going to leave that to you experts. We'll just step back and watch y'all. Such an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a good start. As you can see, they kicked off there to number 2, Jaden Griffin, who has a great year this year. And they get a nice return all the way out to around the 38-yard line. So Buckeyes are off to a good start tonight. Now, your son also played and graduated 3 years ago?
3 years
Is that
ago.
right?
That's right.
Dane was a linebacker for the Buckeyes.
Inside linebacker.
You guys have both played on this field as Buckeyes, and you also watched a lot of football. What do you think about where the Buckeyes are right now as a team?
Oh, outstanding. The way they have gelled and came together, it's just a tip off to Alan Metzel and what he's done. He's carried on the tradition, of course, that Jeff Traylor started, and of course Matt Turner's carried on, and now Metzel's picked it up and has not dropped the baton.
Yeah,
and it's all proud.
Yeah, Metzel's, what is he, 13-1 coming into this game. This will be, if we can hold off the lead here, it'll be 14-1, and going into his state championship, the first year as a head coach is pretty good. And you can't find a better guy than Alan Metzel anyway. He's as good as they come. They're going to hand off. And that is instantly going to be brought down there as Buckeyes having a little trouble on this series. Second down is going to become 3rd and 12. But, how is Dane and where is he now? He's a former Buckeye.
Dane's at the University of Alabama. He's a junior and he's doing well. I got him home right now. He's working for me during this break. But he'll, of course, be back in Alabama this spring. So look forward to getting him back in the office in about 5 years of being a lawyer with me and Marty.
Expanding the empire a little bit. Yeah. Here's the snap, drops back, Tennyson launches one, and unfortunately it gets hit, goes straight up in the air, almost tipped off, and Buckeyes lucky to come out without a pick on that one. That's going to bring up 4th and 12, and believe it or not, first time that we're going to have to punt is right here opening. Is this the second punt tonight for the Buckeyes? So nice defensive stand there by the Graham Steers, going into the locker room at halftime, coming out, making adjustments, and really getting after the Buckeyes. So Buckeyes are going to have to punt here. Marty, you and Brent, thank y'all so much for your title sponsorship this year and all the things you do for the kids here. Every time somebody calls you, and I'm sure you probably get tired of getting your door knocked on, but you guys step up like nobody else. And we just want to say thanks so much for sponsoring us.
We're glad we can
year.
give back and help the community and the kids.
Good. Well,
it is our honor. Anytime they knock, we're going to be there. And we appreciate y'all and what you've done for us.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, folks, that's Marty Young and Brent Godarzi. of Godarzy and Young. And if we hope you don't ever need their services, but if you ever do, I highly recommend that's where you go if you like to win. So we appreciate those guys. And what's really cool about it is they're former Buckeyes, and they played in this uniform, and we played together back in the 80s, and that's pretty cool to watch those guys be so successful. Here's the punt by Hernandez. It's blocked. And that is, man, I tell you what, look at this. Who's got the ball is the question. Graham Steers are saying they've got the ball. We got a flag, got another flag, so we've got some extracurricular mouthing going on down there on the field, but they got a hand on that punt. And if that in fact is the Graham Steers, they have got great field position, and they have come out defensively and made just a heck of a stand here in this opener of the second half.
Yeah, flags down as extracurricular activity. We'll see what these referees come up with here, Jeff. But that kick was blocked, and Graham came down with it, and they came down with it right outside the 30-yard line. Let's see if these are offsetting penalties or what these officials call. I know they were pointing at Graham, and this should be an unsportsmanlike against Graham, but knowing the Buckeyes' luck, it's offsetting.
Unsportsmanlike conduct of number 12 on the receiving team.
So that is going to be a 15-yard mark-off from the 31. That's a huge break for the Buckeyes after just as well as the first half went. That was about as bad of a start to the second half in the first minute as you can get. The Buckeyes 3 and out on offense, then get the punt blocked. Fortunately, a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is going to back them up, if you're a Buckeye fan, to the Buckeyes 46.
Well, that's the backup running back, Jay Lee, that we saw in earlier in the game, just costing his team, unfortunately, 15 yards after they had great field position after that blocked punt. All right, here's the snap. They fake the handoff. Buckeyes are coming, heavy pressure, and Fluellen, their receiver goes up for ball, and Fluellen just manhandles him out of bounds, I mean, with much prejudice. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And these guys are coming out fighting. You got to hand it to them. They're down 28 points, but they're going to come out and play for everything they've got. They know this is either do or die. They're going to go home and play basketball or go to the state championship, and there's nothing in between. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Gilbertson. He's going to be good for about 5 yards on that carry. As the scrum ends up around the 40-yard line, he's going to move the stick to about a 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, big stop here required by the Buckeyes. They're outside field goal range, most likely 4-down territory. As you said, Jeff, 10:32 left to play here in this third quarter. Graham comes out and starts the half exactly like they have to, getting a big stop and then making the big special teams play. 3rd and 5 from the Buckeye 41. They got to find a way to get into scoring position here to stay in this game.
All right, 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quick pass, complete to number 3. First down inside the 30-yard line to the 28. And that was a big, big 3rd down play. First completion for number 3 for the night. And Graham sure needed it.
Yeah, number 10 did exactly what he needed to do. Got that ball out quick. That's Hunter Lanham, that is the quarterback, out to number 3, and just kind of got Jaden Griffin turned around in man-to-man coverage out there, moves the sticks.
All right, here's the snap. They're sending everybody out. They're launching one for the end zone. It's a touchdown, Graham. Yeah, number 3 on his second reception of the evening is a touchdown, and Graham came out fighting here in the second half and puts another one on the board.
Yeah, they're picking on Jaden Griffin right now, Jeff, as that's a route that Jaden's seen probably 15 times on film, is they run the back number 15 out to the flat, and they're going to throw the post route. He runs right by Jaden on that one, who's in man-to-man coverage, and he makes the cardinal sin of letting him get behind him. What a great start for Graham, who comes out, stops the Buckeyes, and the kick is up and good. And Graham clawing and scratching and fighting their way into this, back into this one. 35-14 the lead now with 9:49 left in the third quarter. Buckeyes got to reset and start this second half over and get the momentum back swung on their side before they let Graham back in it. We'll be right back after these messages.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTax offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTax has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. E-Tex, local support from the team you trust.
All right, we're back here in the stadium in Prosper ISD. Beautiful stadium, one of the nicest I've certainly ever been in. And if you just joined us, the Graham Steers have come out really fighting. In fact, look better than any other series that they had in the defensively and offensively there in the first half. So they put another score on the board. It's now 35-14 with 9:49 left to play in the third quarter. And you can anticipate with this Buckeye kickoff here that we're going to probably predominantly try to just start running clock and running the football, but you just never know. Ball's going to be fielded on the 15-yard line by number 2, Jaden Griffin. He's going to get back out to the 26 before being brought down. Fumbled the ball just a little bit, struggled picking it up, but here comes Brandon Tennyson and that offensive unit, and they've got some work to do, Todd. They've got 74 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, and they've been stopped the last 2 times they've touched it. Forced to punt deep in their own territory to end the first half, and then the first possession of the second half, they get stopped and then get a punt block. So they got to get the momentum back, go down and score here, and put the breathing room back in it. And that's
what
not
a
the way
great
to start.
job defensively there by Graham. I mean, they are just being aggressive. This doesn't even look like the same Graham team as they drop Jaden Griffin for a loss of 5 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 15 on the 21.
Well, they brought pressure, number 12 there. That's the big running back that just comes slicing in from his defensive end position and just makes a play. And they're selling out right now, Jeff. That'll get you burned, but right now they've had some success.
Tennyson dropping back, heavy pressure, dumps it to number 17, Rowan Fluellen, who goes up the middle, breaking tackles, spinning left and right, gets back, not going to quite get the first down. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short. But, boy, that is a big gain right when we need it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, Rowan being water as he does so well, and hit some rapids there right shy of the 35-yard line, but a manageable 3rd and 1 now for the Buckeyes. We got to convert this and hang on to the ball. 7 guys in the box right now for Graham.
Right, they're coming hard. They're going to hand off to and they're going to stop him. They're going to drop him for a loss of 2. What a great job defensively the Steers are doing right now. I mean, they have really come out battling hard, and they forced the Buckeyes into a really uncomfortable position at 4th and 3 on the 33-yard line. So Buckeyes are going to come out and punt.
Well, that's 2 straight stops. Graham fully in charge of the momentum here in the second half, Jeff. As they put 7 guys in the box, and again, they're just selling out. The Buckeyes decide to just run that one, and Ashton Haynes doesn't have a chance. He's really dropped in the backfield before he ever gets started. The last punt was a disaster for Hernandez and the Buckeyes. Let's see what happens on this one.
All right, Hernandez gets off a good one and hits the turf and takes more of a lateral bounce, goes out around the 38-yard line. So Graham coming back with good field position after the last score, and they are trying to battle their way back into this game. It's certainly not over by a long shot. 7:50 left to play in the third quarter. It is 35-14. Graham has the ball.
Well, Jeff, as you said before, the Buckeyes got to play 4 quarters, and so far, the first half of the third quarter, they hadn't really come out of the locker room yet. It's 2 straight 3-and-outs, a block punt that gets allowed, blown coverage again that cost them a touchdown. The black flag's got to stand up here and stop the momentum that Graham has.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, Gilbertson. And they meet him pretty instantly. He's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry. But that big defensive line there, Borda and the guys up there in the middle, does a good job there of stopping him.
Jaden Griffith out here once again with number 3, man-to-man coverage. Let's see on 2nd down and long if they don't try to take the shot here. Graham trying to hold on to the momentum, but it's a delicate balance, Jeff. They got to keep feeding number 15 and keep the chains manageable, but they've got another 3 scores that they got to get to crawl back in this game. And safety over the top here help with Cody Guidry. That's probably going to be a run play with 5 guys in the box.
All right, they fake the handoff. Quarterback rolls to his right, throws downfield, and he's got a catch. What a great catch there by Graham, and that is, I believe, number 4, who scored the first touchdown tonight. for Graham.
Once again, Jeff, moving the ball into Buckeye territory. The black flag's got to stop them as this third quarter really has not started well at all for the Buckeyes. Now, half of this third quarter gone. Graham has scored once and now into Buckeye territory again. And more importantly, they've shut the Buckeyes down in 2 straight 3-and-outs to just basically stonewall the offense, which was unstoppable in the first half. Momentum right now swinging Graham's way.
All right. Big pass across the middle, broken up. Great defense, no flags. That was a little post route that they scored on earlier with number 3, and that was we had double coverage there, and they were able to knock that down.
Safety Rowan Fluellen makes a great play on the ball, not the man, but makes a play on the ball. Such a ball hawk back there. Doesn't go for the interception, breaks up the pass, stops the clock, brings up 2nd down and 10 now. This is not a situation that Graham wants to be in. Let's see if they try to hand this off to big number 15 here and make some yardage up.
Yeah, they do. They hand it off. He goes over the left side, and look at the hole that he had to run through. Plenty of room to run. He picks up 7 yards on that carry across the 40 to the 39, and they're looking at 3rd and short. They're probably going to hand it to him again.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes got to figure out a way to get penetration right now. They're getting manhandled really up front by that offensive line. Big number 15 is 6 yards back in the backfield, but he seems to go 3-4 yards downhill before a white jersey gets to him. And the black flag's got to find a way to make a stand right here. That's all there is to it. Get off the field on 3rd down.
This would be a big 3rd down stance if they can get it. And they look like they are going to stop him just shy, maybe a yard short. And that's going to bring 4th and 1, but this is 4-down territory,
Absolutely,
especially
Jeff.
when it's 35-14 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So they're going to go for it. They have a lot of confidence in this young man, number 15,
the defense has got to get ready.
They're coming right up the middle. They're coming right up the middle. And he gets that plus about 3 more. Big 1st down conversion there. And they just move the chains and keep the momentum on their side. So far in the third quarter, all the momentum's been on the Steer side of the ball.
Yeah, they've come out and they're showing their fight. And defense has actually got to stand up. Lead blocker now out in front. And 15 and this Graham Steer offensive line, big 10-yard pickup, just having their way. The defense has really just got to wake up here. They're getting kind of punched in the mouth right now, Jeff. 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The Steers have come out to start this second half with a score, 2 straight 3-and-out stops, and they're knocking on the door of the red zone again.
All right, they've got big number choice over here on this outside linebacker position. Let's see what they're going to do with him. He'll be keying on number 15 there. Misses the tackle as he gets all the way out to the 15-yard line. That's a big 7-yard run. Going to be 3 yards shy of another 1st down.
Yeah, the Buckeye defense kind of a little bit back on their heels right now. A little bit tired. Jet Jones getting after his guys as we've got a flag down. We will see what this penalty is going to be here.
Probably going to be a holding penalty, I'm going to guess.
Illegal formation, I think, is going to be the key. 5 men in the backfield.
5
exactly,
men in the backfield.
Jeff. So they called the big tight end for not being on the line. That's going to back them up 5 and a huge penalty, Jeff, as 1st and 15 is a lot different than 2nd and 3 because he got it all the way down to the 15-yard line on that run. This is going to back them up to the 27. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left here in this third quarter. The black flag defense has got to stand up and make a stop here. They cannot allow a score. As Graham already has enough momentum here to start this second half.
All right, here's the snap, flag on the play. They're going for the end zone, and we got another flag. They're going to call interference on Cody Guidry, but we're going to see what the original flag was down back here, if that's against...
they're going to call offsides against Matt Burton. Then they're going to call pass interference against Cody Guidry. Regardless, that's going to move it up 15 yards and give Graham a 1st down right where... they were going to have it anyway, which is going to come down all the way inside the 15-yard line. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Nothing going right here in the third quarter for the Buckeyes. Let's see what these calls are. But illegal formation against the offense, pass interference against the defense. We're going to play that one over, Jeff. This is going to be offsetting penalties. Still 1st down.
Yeah, that was actually a very lucky break for the Buckeyes because that's a 15-yard automatic 1st down. And so that would have given them back the 5 they lost earlier. So it is, as it stands, they're looking at 1st and 15 from their own 27-yard line. I'd much rather have that than them 15 yards closer to pay dirt. So Buckeyes really need to make a stand here, as just a whole different Steer team has come out here in the second half than what we saw in the first half, and got a lot of momentum on their side of the ball. Buckeyes backing off, and they're going on a long snap count. They're going to hand it off to Gilbertson up the middle, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 12.
Not a bad play, as the clock is the Buckeyes' friend right now. We're going to click down under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Right now, this third quarter has belonged to the Graham Steers. They've 3-and-outed the Buckeyes twice and scored 1 touchdown already. Now they are looking to crawl back into the red zone. 2nd down and 12 from the Buckeye 24. Let's see if maybe the not-so-turnover-prone Graham Steers can have one forced here out by the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback drops back, looking to pass, rolls to his left, fires one, complete to number 3, and he is going to get down there close to that first down marker. Not quite.
We got a flag down, Jeff. We'll see what this one is. Now the back judge is throwing a flag.
They're going to be about 4 yards short of the first.
And he does not have his hat on. So what that means, Jeff, is that the receiver went out of bounds and then came back to catch the pass. This, I think, is going to go against Graham and back them up and eliminate this, and that's going to move them back. So
yeah, that's big for the Buckeyes. That's huge, because that was a big reception there for Graham to move down the field. I mean,
yeah, it's illegal touching is going to be the call. And yes, I think the guru Mark Skinner tells us that I think that is going to be a loss of down, but with this officiating crew, I'm not sure they know this.
Yeah, so 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of down. This is going to be 3rd down.
And that's going to bring up, if it is a loss of down, 3rd and 12. That is huge for the Buckeyes right there. So don't think they're not going for it right here. They're going to be shooting. This is probably going to be that same post pattern that we've seen number 3 run.
You got it.
They have no choice but to strike for the end zone at this point, or at least a deep ball.
3 safeties back: Rowan Fluellen, Dylan Fluellen, and number 4, Cody Guidry, all back deep. 3rd and 12. You got to keep this one in front. Look for Matt Burton and try to get some pressure here on the quarterback.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff. Number 15. And they throw the flag a little late. We think it's a holding call, or it should be a holding call. I don't know if he couldn't get the flag out of his underwear or what.
But Jerron Choice got tackled out here, and they're going to back him up. And Coach Metzel is going to have an interesting call here, because they're in field goal range, and you probably back them up right here and make them repeat 3rd down and try to keep it ahead of you, because you probably back them up outside of field goal range.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty.
From the spot.
So you're talking about, and the spot was going to be somewhere probably close to the line of scrimmage. So you're backing them up about 10 from the line of scrimmage. So now you're looking at 3rd and 22.
Yeah, and this is all the way back. So Jeff, this would be about a 51-yard field goal try. Once again, as the Graham Steers are backing up, you got number 6, Marshae Spraglin, being helped off the field back here with an injury timeout. 3:24 left to play in the third quarter, Jeff. And the third quarter, fortunately, has gone by very quickly, because the Graham Steers have owned the entire third quarter. The Buckeyes have only really snapped it 6 times on offense. And this defense has been on the field really the entire third quarter. With 3rd down and long here, they got to really get a stop. They're going to decline this penalty. So it's 4th down, and they're going to move it back. So Coach Metzel's going to give up the field goal, or make them, force them to try to go for this here. And I think you're going to probably see the kicker come on here. I don't know how you would erase points here, as you see the kicker is standing right there, waiting to go in the game. But the offense does not come off the field.
3 points at this point in the game, they have to go for it. I mean, 3 points isn't going to get them anywhere. It's 35-14. If it was 28-21, yeah, I'd kick a field goal. These guys have to go for it on 4th. So this is going to be number 3, post route right here, number 4 going to the corner. And they're going to try to hit one of those 2 players on the bottom of your screen there on your left side. So you've got number 2, Jaden Griffin, covering number 3. You're going to have, over the top, you're going to have number 14, Dylan Fluellen. And It is coming this way. Probably going to have, double coverage here. Number 17, Rowan, will be floating over the top.
Yeah, now they went and talked to Coach Metzel again, and I'm not sure they won't back him up right here. The referee's coming back on. I think they're going to back him up here, Jeff.
I'm not sure. He's got the ball in his hand like they're going to, but they had him moved back.
Yeah, referee went all the way around to talk to Coach Metzel. I think Coach Metzel looked at it and said, wait a minute, was that loss of down on the previous play going to make it 4th down anyway? And
I think that's what he's arguing. And so this is kind of an interesting turn of events. They moved the ball back, then they brought it back and turned it into 4th. Now they're going to move it back again. Now remember, this is a hold call that happened about 35 minutes ago.
Yeah, come on, guys, it's serious.
We're about to run our second play here, so they're going to take that penalty. It's going to back them up. It'll be repeat 3rd down, but they're looking at 3rd and about 22. 3rd and 22, so they're going to have 2 opportunities to get the ball in the air. And don't think they're not going to take both of them right here. They're not going to run this ball. Look at the bottom of your screen, the 2 receivers on the bottom of your screen.
Watch the back go in motion right here, Jeff, and watch the Buckeyes bring pressure.
He's going to stay home and block. He drops back. Pass was intended there for number 3, and that was just some confusion on their part. He ran the wrong route, and that was a lucky break for the Buckeyes. 4th down, they got one more try at it.
Yeah,
they'll go for it.
Matt Burton comes off the field, which is huge for the Buckeyes, limping. I think he got a cramp in his right calf. And so getting pressure now is going to be up to number 7, Tristan McKeon, and number 7, Bryson Jimerson. This is going to be 4th and pretty much the ball game. 3:20 left. Black flag's got to stand up and stop them right here.
Well, they're going for it. They got 3 receivers to the left. Watch the bottom of your screen, 1 over the top. And I don't believe they've gone to him tonight at all. So we're going to see what they're going to do. Dropping back, need good pressure, and they got it. Tristan McCann's in his face.
Flag.
They're going to throw for the end zone, picked off by number 14, Dylan Fluellen, who takes the knee. And there was a flag down.
That's a hold.
That was a hold, but that's going to be an interception.
Yeah, they tackled Tristan McKeon, and they're going to take this one back at the 25-yard line as just a heads-up play by Dylan Fluellen. I thought he was bringing that out of the end zone and going to try to return that one. I think when he sees the film, he's going to say, "Dadgummit, I had a touchdown. I should have returned that one."
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't feel the need for the peer pressure by his little brother running the 95er back. First down, Gilmer. Ball's going to be spotted at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that pads the stats for Dylan, but if Dylan just knocks that one down, we gain 17 yards. So, coachable moment there for Dylan, and guess who's coaching him up? Little brother. Number 17 is like, "Hey, man, why didn't you just knock that down?"
It's so hard. It's so hard not to catch it. You know what I mean?
That's an interception. You got to go make it.
Yeah.
Let's see if Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeye offense can finally bring it out of the locker room here in the first half and get some momentum going.
All right, quick pass complete to number 17, Rowan Fluellen, 12 yards and a first down.
That'll do it as Rowan Fluellen takes that little stop route, and BT gets it out to him quick. Brandon Tennyson, the quarterback, throwing a strike.
Well, you just feel kind of the air finally. After 9 minutes, you can feel the air kind of go out of the sails on that last series with the penalties and them unable to capitalize with a score. Tennyson rolls to his right, plenty of time, dumps it out to number 14, Dylan Fluellen, and he gets down and gets a 5-yard reception.
That's the same route, Jeff, if you remember the Pleasant Grove game where he comes all the way across the field there underneath and tries to run everybody deep. And don't think that the Gilmer coaching staff didn't see them basically on that play cheat up. And let's see if that leaves number 12, Mason Hurd, open. We've got flags down as the Buckeyes jump, as once again the concentration bug just bites the Buckeyes. So instead of 2nd down and 5, that's going to turn into 2nd down and 10 once again the penalties jump up and bite the Buckeyes.
All right, 2:53 left to play in the third. The score is 35-14.
2nd and 10 now, Jeff. 2:53 left. And the Buckeyes got to realize that the clock is their friend right here with this big 21-point lead, but they also need to go ahead and put another one on the scoreboard here and punch their ticket to a state championship
All right,
game.
handoff to Cody Guidry up the middle. That's his first carry of the night. That'll be for 2 yards, but the clock continues to roll. 2:43 left to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes in no hurry now. The hurry-up offense will kind of start slowing down for the rest of the game. They're going to eat up a good bit of clock each play.
Third down, Jeff, and this is where the Buckeyes got to convert. And again, watch Mason Hurt in this out route over here to the wide side of the field.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's coming. You can see him warming his hands up before this play. They're going to look to the left side this time and pick up the number 14, Dylan Fluellen, and he gets the first down plus about 3. So great job there moving the sticks, keeping this drive alive.
Another strike there by Brandon Tennyson all the way out to the 46-yard line. Boy, has he played fantastic tonight. And the offense finally gets out of the locker room, Jeff, here late in the third quarter, gotten some momentum behind them, moving the chains.
2:03 left to play. It's designed to be a quarterback rollout, and they're going to get a sack and drop us for 5-yard loss. And, boy, they were all over that one and forced Tennyson to turn around, and then when he turned around, they were right in his face.
Yeah, they're bringing all-out blitzes on every single play now, just trying to get to those negative plays. Fortunately, the Buckeyes talented enough to be able to overcome those, but they're going to force them to basically put it in the air where more mistakes can happen. Look at all these blue shirts coming.
All right, dropping back, rolling to his right, got time, fires downfield, complete to number 12, Mason Hurt at the 49-yard line.
Just communication between number 11 and number 12. Mason Hurt, so smart, just runs right into that zone. He sees his quarterback scrambling, plants his foot in the scramble drill, realizes, hey, I'm wide open right in the middle of this zone. Makes that big catch. BT puts it right on his outside shoulder where he can just kind of sit down. Makes this 3rd down and 5, Jeff, now in a situation where it's probably 4-down territory with a minute left to go in the third quarter, and the Buckeyes kind of regaining control of this game right here.
Marche checks into the game. Tennyson drops back, fires one wide open, number 17, Rowan Fluellen, spin move. Spins the defender right out of his shorts. Flag on the play, draws a flag.
Add another 15 there as the defender is embarrassed and goes back and tries to hit him. We'll see on the replay where he steps out of bounds. Hits the brakes, they'll fly right by him. Kind of top guns him there. And that may be a face mask against him or a late hit, but that's definitely going to be against Graham. Rowan Fluellen
Graham,
showing,
playing so aggressive that they're making mental mistakes. Yeah. That's what happens when you get in a situation like this. You get desperate, and when you start getting desperate, you make lots of mistakes. You have to hold because you're desperate to hopefully not get caught. So 46 seconds left to play in the third. Gilmer leads 35-14, and they are moving the ball down the chain. Now they're actually. I'm looking at body language over there by Dylan Fluellen. They're going to say that this
flag
is.
Up.
They're going to
up. And Coach Metzel is going to basically.
It's like they're looking at trying to assess something against Gilmer. I'm not sure what it would be. They are going to assess it against Gilmer. Now I have no idea. Let's watch what this is. And see. Buckeye fans not happy about it.
This one's not.
Let's. I can't tell.
It said personal foul.
Yeah.
Against Gilmer.
Well, he doesn't know either. Okay, somebody did something that we didn't see away from the ball because, Rowan was down there by himself. It'll be first down. It just won't be first down where we wanted it to be.
Well,
the first
far
and 10.
The far side judge and the back judge that's standing at the 15-yard line throws his flag. And I have no idea what the call can even be because Rowan Fluellen is running by himself and there's 4 blue jerseys down there.
It was a long way away from the play.
Push him.
That's okay. We go to the next one. So first and 10 from the 41.
Let's call it a personal foul for Rowan to refuse to be tackled.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm good with that. And what do they got here? They're pulling everybody in tight. They call an audible. Motion from Guidry. They're coming hard. And they're going to get the sack. Great job there defensively by Graham. They're really risking a lot by sending 8 guys, and but that they took his hat off on that one, so he's going to have to come out for a play. and that is going to be a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, well, who's going to be the quarterback? Because Brandon's got to come out.
Yeah, well, Mason Hurt's going to take over quarterbacking duties.
Well, watch. I hope Mason throws a touchdown
I
pass
would
right
love
here.
to see just a post. They have no idea. They're thinking, okay, let's rush this guy. They have no idea the arm this guy's got. So here's the snap. They're going to hand it to Guidry around the right side. Guidry's got a little bit of room, cuts up field, gets a pass the 40. So he's going to pick up about 3 on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 for the Buckeyes.
Probably 4-down
8.
territory here for the Buckeyes, and they do not have to snap this one again. Well, yes, they do, because they're running the play clock because Cody ran out of bounds. So 31 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Buckeyes lead 35-14, but Jeff, really this has been the quarter that so far has been won by the Graham Steers, as they've scored the only touchdown points of this quarter.
All right, low snap. Uh-oh, heavy pressure, and once again they're going to sack Tennyson, as he's going to lose about 7 yards on that one, bring up 4th down. This will be interesting what they decide to do. They're looking at 4th and 14.
Yeah, whatever happens, it's going to happen in the 4th quarter, Jeff, and we're going to go gratefully out of the 3rd quarter, which you can't say the Buckeyes played 4 quarters tonight, because the 3rd quarter was a goose egg. And we're going to have the 4th quarter coming up as Buckeyes lead 35-14 and try to punch their ticket to the state championship game next week. We'll be right back after these messages.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
For 100.
All right, the action here, Jeff, and the Buckeyes are going to punt this ball, 4th down and 14, and they're going to try to pin the Graham Steers deep. And let's see if, as we got dancing mascot competition down on the field, and the camera people having a great time up on the big jumbotron. See what kind of fun you can have when you've got a $55 million toy to play with, Jeff. As I got to tell you, the Prosper Independent School District has just been such a wonderful host tonight. We appreciate them. And Jeff, we also want to recognize a few of our special team, scout team players of the week. Offense, it's Aiden Atterbury, and defensively, it's Colby Webb. And we want to make a special shout out to Mr. Bill Bradshaw and Coach Jed Whitaker. And thanks for listening to us tonight with all the rest of the Buckeye fans. The Buckeyes are going to punt here, Jeff, and try to pin the Graham Steers deep. It's going to be Hernandez into punt as we start the 4th quarter. The Buckeyes unable to score in this quarter. Let's see if the 4th quarter can be finished up the right way for the Buckeyes.
All right, Hernandez gets a big bounce for the Buckeyes. Look at this, inside the 5 to the 4. What a great punt by Hernandez, who's just, man,
Fantastic.
His leg has been so valuable this year. Somebody needs to insure his leg.
Yeah, fantastic. And just smart play by all the Buckeyes on special teams there to pin them deep.
Oh, and if you want some good insurance, you could always call Janice Gage, one of our sponsors, to insure Hernandez's leg. I just thought of that.
I think we should all chip in going into next week, Jeff. 35-14, assuming that the biggest comeback in Texas high school football history does not occur here. The Black Flag's got to stand up and not give up 96 yards behind them of green turf as the Graham Steers come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line, Jeff.
Yeah, quarterback standing in his own end zone, that is never a good place to be.
Wildcat.
So here comes the snap, and that is number 15, Gilbertson, the back, who's had a pretty good night tonight. He's been kind of the whole story over there on the Graham side of the ball. He gets out from the 4-yard line all the way out to the 8.
And Jeff, he rushed for 22 times for 116 yards in the first half. And he's surely added to that total here tonight. But the Buckeyes have managed to keep him out of the end zone, as the only scores they've given up have been on big pass plays. 2nd and 8 now. The Buckeyes defending an empty formation, obvious passing situation here for Graham.
We got 3 safeties backing up. Look at him. He's going to have a hard time. He's running for his life, throws it away.
Where's the flag?
And we're looking for a flag, but we don't see one. That should have been intentional grounding.
Yeah, they're discussing it right now.
They're talking it
nobody
over
in the area.
Well, he drops back.
Well, he's in the
doesn't
tackle
leave
box.
the pockets. He was in the
That's right.
pocket, so that should have been intentional grounding, but they're not going to get it as Todd's blood pressure goes through the roof.
That's a horrible call.
I mean, it's just...
Yeah, that was rough. I guess they're saying maybe he ran just outside the pocket. Let's just assume that happened. So they're going to drop back in here, number 15, again, the back in the backfield. Quarterback's in the shotgun, standing on his own 3. It is 3rd and 7. Let's see if the Buckeyes can make a stop. They hand it off to Gilbertson. They're going to drop him. Nope, he's still on his feet. And now they drop him as he gets out to the 10, almost the 11-yard line. That's going to be short of a first down and bring up 4th down. You would think they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, they've absolutely got to punt this. There's just no way with 10:49 left, Jeff, that they did end the game if they give it back to the Buckeyes right here. And Rowan Fluellen, once again, that can tilt the field. They're probably going to just play this one safe, Jeff, and just make sure they punt it, because no matter what, they're going to get great field position out of this. And the best chance that they've had here in the second half to go
now
score.
Look at this, fake punt. Interesting.
And they got
it. They did get it. That was a great call. They faked it to number 15. And what a good job he does there of getting the first down. That was a gutsy call, considering they were,
they got no choice.
They got nothing to lose.
They got no choice. You're down 21 points with 10 minutes left, deep in your own end zone. You roll the dice there, and the Buckeye defense once again, kind of sleepwalking through that one. Didn't see it coming, not really ready, and gives up the first down. And Graham still kind of clings on to life here as the Buckeyes continue to kind of let him in the game.
All right, dropping back, looking to pass. Going to fire one to his right side. Got a man open, forced out of bounds. Big gain for the Steers.
Front of 19 there, Parker Gillo, who is giving him a cushion out man-to-man, and they move the chains now with lots of breathing room, Jeff. Under 10 minutes left to play in this game, and the Buckeye defense just kind of playing, would keep guys in front of them with a 21-point lead. You definitely want to do that, but that's a mighty big cushion out here for these wide receivers. Now Parker kind of chokes up on him a little bit.
First down, drops back, got a flag on the play. That's going to be illegal procedure and back them up 5 yards. That'll be repeat first down. So now they're looking at 1st and 15 from the 25.
And 9:53 left here, Jeff, to play in this contest. And really, the defense has been on the field the entire second half here for the Buckeyes, as there have not been many offensive snaps for the Buckeyes, as they've been held scoreless here through basically the first, let's call it 14 minutes of this second half, and putting a lot of pressure on the defense to continuously stop Graham.
All right, they're trying to draw him off, can't do it, so they're going to have to run the play. They're going to fire a bullet, had a wide open man, would have been a big gain, but that's going to fall incomplete as their receiver just drops the ball.
Yeah, and one of the reasons is because number 5, Jet Jones, is on a collision course. And there's hearing footsteps, and then there's feeling footsteps. Credit Jet Jones for getting out of his middle linebacker position and getting out there. That was going to be a big hit if he caught it. And he tried to kind of duck and catch it at the same time, and comes up short. Stops the clock. But you notice, Jeff, that Graham has gone almost exclusively to the passing game now, and that's not really their strong point.
All right, they're sending everybody. Empty set. Dropping back, got a man open across the middle, number 17. And he gets a nice gain of about 10 yards or so there, out to the 34-yard line. That's going to be a little shy and bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, the Buckeyes now got to keep this in front of them. If you're going to fake punt it from your own 12, you're probably going to go for it here again. So the Buckeyes are going to have to defend 2 downs for 6 yards. They may run the ball here, Jeff. That's been their bread and butter. Only 4 guys in the box for the Buckeyes. Let's see if now they're going to pass it again as the back goes in motion.
Yeah, they have no choice at this point. You got to put the ball in the air, and they do. And number 17, I think that's his first reception tonight, gets out to the 40, and that's going to be enough to move the chains. So they convert on 3rd down. Again, 32% of Gilmer's opponents able to convert on 3rd down, and the Graham Steers pull it off when it counts.
And do it through the air, as the quarterback's got only his 5th interception on the night tonight to Kiki Johnson, as the Buckeyes dominated the first half. But really, the second half here has been kind of advantage Graham, Fortunately, they've had to crawl out from under a 28-point deficit.
All right, quarterback wanting to run, wanting to throw. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's scrambling for his life. He's going to have to throw it away. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. We got 8:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. The score is 35-14 Gilmer. Gilmer dominating, obviously, the first half of play. Scoreless in the third quarter and partway through the fourth quarter now as Graham has really stepped up defensively and stopped the Buckeyes. Unfortunately for Graham, though, it's been all defense for them. They haven't been able to get but one score in the third quarter. And they are in a real deficit mode here and operating from way behind. So they have to throw the ball. This is where Buckeyes might get that 6th pick for the season. Number 15, coming out of the backfield, picks up some big yardage, 15 yards or more, forced out of bounds. And just an effective play call there. But they move across midfield, and Graham moving the ball.
Yeah, absolutely moving the ball, and they've gone completely and exclusively to the passing game now. And they got a big hill to climb, Jeff, as the Buckeyes trying to play bend but don't break defensively and keep stuff in front of them. Playing 3 deep in the secondary, that's a cover 3 look. And they're motioning the back out of the backfield, which forces the Buckeyes. Once again, you see the motion out to the left-hand side, and they're going to continue to zone that up.
And look at that catch, number 3, down the sideline. You know, this would have been a good offensive strategy for the Steers to come out early in the game with, because they are really dissecting the Buckeye defense right here in this fourth quarter. 7:57 left to play.
Yeah, Marche Spraglin, who's kind of had a rough night tonight, mentally once again kind of not finding the football, and he kind of gets mossed himself a little bit there. First down, Graham now knocking on the door of the red zone.
All right, Graham going to the air successfully. Looking to get that back out of the end zone. Pass incomplete. Number 17 could have reeled it in, just couldn't get there.
Yeah, our number 17, Rowan Fluellen, was kind of lurking, but he's the tight end to that side. That's a great scheme to kind of flood that zone to the quarterback's right hand. And what it kind of does there, Jeff, is it sets up an option for the quarterback. The offensive line doing a great job kind of for protection there. The quarterbacks really had lots of time to throw here in this third quarter and early in the fourth quarter. But once again, just a big mountain to climb. 7:35 left to play. Graham trying to find a way into the end zone. 2nd and 10 from the Buckeye 25-yard line.
All right, fumbles the snap a little bit, and that puts him in trouble. He's back on his heels running for his life. Gets a good block, goes for the end zone, and that ball is caught. Unbelievable catch.
No hold down here on Tristan McKeon.
Unbelievable catch by number 3 for the Steers in double coverage. The quarterback rolling to his right. Give him some credit, folks. Throws back across his body, and unbelievable. What a shot.
Yeah, and Tristan McKeon was tackled down here, and no hold called as the referee just, kind of ignoring the tackle, which, the Buckeye coaching staff guarantee is going crazy. But throws it into double coverage, an ill-advised throw. Looked like number 3, Davion Smith, had that one picked, and I have no idea how number 3 came down with it, but great concentration as the kick is up and good. And Graham, with 7:25 left to play, 35-21, obviously all the momentum in the second half. They've now scored 14 unanswered points. Expect an onside kick here, and the Buckeyes got to find a way to turn the momentum and run this clock out. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, Buckeye fans. Jeff Rash here. I lost 50 pounds this year, and my wife Dina lost 28 pounds with Optavia. I dropped my cholesterol 120 points, I sleep like a baby, and I feel 20 years younger. My 71-year-old mother, who's going to kill me for telling you her age, has lost over 30 pounds so far, and dozens of our friends and family have done the same. We believe in the program so much, Dina became a certified coach. So if you're tired of being overweight and unhealthy, give Dina a call and reclaim your health in 2021. It's the perfect Christmas present and a great New Year's resolution. 903-841-2804. All right, we're back here in Prosper ISD, where the Graham has just scored 14 unanswered points here. Buckeyes haven't scored anything in this third half. They are trying to fight their way back in this game, and they're only 3 scores away from doing so, or 2 scores away from doing so. So 7:25, they're going to onside kick, and that ball is going to go out of bounds, thankfully, as it bounces over the head of It's tipped by number 12, Mason Hurt, and so that's going to give Buckeyes good field position. But story of this second half has been the Graham defense. They have absolutely figured out what the offense is doing for the Buckeyes, and they've been able to stop it effectively.
Yeah,
and then put up 2 scores to their credit. That last one was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they went onto the air. What they've done defensively, they just started selling out and bringing pressure on Brandon Tennyson in every single play. You notice now that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the box. They're walking up linebackers to rush, and the offense needs to find a way to answer. Look at them. Here they come.
Yeah, the Buckeyes, to take the wind out of the sail, they need to score right here. Number 17, Rowan Fluellen, breaking tackles, moving downfield for a big gain there. I believe that was probably about a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, great pickup. All Rowan Fluellen there to be able to just make men miss. He's got such a great ability once he catches the ball to run after the catch. Brings up 2nd down and 1. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered, Jeff, to kind of get these guys back on their heels. Coach Metzel attacking this blitz. They're coming on every play.
Graham's coming, rolling. And dumps another one to 17. Look at him just find the hole. Fumbles the football. Graham has it.
And that's the break they needed, Jeff, is the Buckeyes. That one's pretty obvious that Graham's going to come up with that football.
Yeah, Graham got the ball here. So 7:09. Graham needs 2 scores to tie the ball game, which is just almost unthinkable as the Buckeyes had a 35-7 lead. But they are fighting their way back, and this is why they're in round 5 of the playoffs right here. They've got the talent to get it done. So they're going to come out slinging the football, and the Buckeyes are going to have to really step up and play defense like they have not played before to shut this down, maybe get a pick, and then eat up the clock and get out of this game.
Well, Rowan Fluellen, that doesn't generally cough up the football, does there and gives it right back to Graham. And they just have no answer, Graham, defensively, but it's been Buckeye mistakes here in the 3rd quarter that's cost them.
Okay, quarterback's rolling to his right side. He's going to have to run upfield and out of bounds. He's going to pick up a few on that one, about 5-6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I don't know what Tristan McKeon's got to do because he got tackled on 2 straight plays there, and no help from the officials on that play. It brings up about a 2nd down and 7, gets out of bounds and stops the clock, but the defense has just got to have a stop here. That's all there is to it. Jeff, is we're playing 3 deep safeties with Davion Smith, Dylan Fluellen, and number 17, Rowan Fluellen, expecting everything to go to the air. It's an empty backfield.
Yeah, they're coming hard, and they're going to get an offsides penalty against Burton. Unless somebody moved up on the front. Buckeyes are saying they moved,
yeah, that
and
is
they
going to
did.
be illegal procedure.
Oh, good break for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, so smart by Matt Burton is going to back them up and make this one 2nd down and about 12 now. And obviously the 3 guys up front, Choice, Bryson Jimerson, and Matthew Burton, just got to lay their ears back and try to get pressure along with Tristan McKeon there and number 7. Completely empty backfield. I like our chances with our athletes back in the secondary, but it's just about getting pressure on the quarterback right now, Jim.
Yeah, they're going to have to come and really make him uncomfortable. He has to step up and run. He's got room to run and slides. He comes out to about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 33. They say he got to the 43. That's going to be 3rd and 5 for Graham. As Buckeyes selling out for pass, he left him plenty of room to run.
Yeah, they're going to try to go back to big number 15 here and try to pick this up. They've got to pick up a 1st down without question. Choice flips over to the other side now, and they move, and they're going to back themselves up.
That's going to cost them another 5.
Yeah, big
and that's going to be
there.
Repeat 3rd down, but that's going to be 3rd and 10. So that's the 2nd. So that's what happens when you get in this desperate situation. You're within 14. You got 6 minutes and 27 seconds left to play in the game. You're down by 14 points. You start getting desperate. People start getting jumpy and antsy. You got that adrenaline moving through your veins, and this is where you make mistakes. So, but this is where championship football teams and players step up and say, hey, we've been here before. Keep your head, keep your composure, do your job, do your assignment. Don't get emotional. Don't let the size of this game and what's on the line get to you psychologically. And so they're going to have an empty backfield once again as they send 15 downfield. Balls in the air and no flags. Great defensive play there by, I think that was Dylan.
Yeah, number 14 comes over and breaks that one up. And that's under 6 minutes now left, Jeff. And this is going to be 3rd down and 10 for Graham. Clock stops. Once again, they're getting good pressure on him, but Tristan's got to understand down here over the left side, they're only rushing 3, dropping 8 into coverage, and saying basically the quarterback's not going to hurt us with his feet. But Tristan's got to understand that they're going to grab a hold of you down there, and you're not going to get a holding call. So this is 4-down territory. 2 downs to get 10 yards. The Buckeyes got to figure out a way here to get a stop and then put another nail in the coffin and stop this, because the entire second half right now, Jeff, 14-0 is the score in the second half right now, and the Graham Steers are the ones with the 14. The Buckeyes have not been able to do anything in the second half, and this is an opportunity to kind of turn the tide right here.
All right, they're going with a tight set this time. Looking to pass, under pressure, rolls to his right. Tristan McCann coming up on him, launches one downfield, and what a great job number 3, who has been clutch for them in the second half, does. Gets the first down all the way down to the Buckeye 35-yard line, steps out of bounds, stops the clock. Yeah, and that was huge.
Yeah, Rowan not following his rules now at the secondary with that scramble drill. Got caught looking into the backfield and allowed him to move the chains. So under 6 minutes now, 5:45, and a huge conversion there by the Graham Steers through the air just with the scramble drill.
Yeah, I tell you, 5:46 is a lot of time the way they are picking this defense apart right now. And he is looking to run. They're going to try. I thought he almost stripped the football. He gets about 5 yards on the carry there. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the Buckeye 30. And, boy, you can kind of feel the pressure building a little bit on the Buckeyes now, too, because there's a sense of, hey, we can't let them get in the end zone here. There will be 1 score away from tying this ball game. So you don't want to let that happen, not with a 35-7 lead. So dropping back, dumping one out to the right side, number 4, gets out of bounds. And he is going to be right there to move the chains.
Yeah, first down Graham.
25-yard line.
The turnover for the Buckeyes is set this up, and once again now giving Graham an opportunity to knock on the door. Still 5 minutes left, a 14-point deficit now for Graham, but 1st and 10, and they're finding ways to get it done through the air.
All right, Graham once again dropping back to pass. He's got plenty of time, and he is good with the football. Look at the time that he has got to throw this football. Unbelievable. Buckeyes secondary doing a good job of staying on the block or staying on the ball, but he's able to get it to the 20.
Yeah, and just no gas in the tank right now for anybody. Matthew Burton is really so tired that he couldn't even apply a rush there. He had literally 11 seconds go off the clock, Jeff, that he's just standing there. And I don't know why. Mark Skinner says the clock is stopped. I have no idea why the clock is stopped.
All right, here's the snap. And Arona just cleans the clock of the quarterback. He never saw him coming from his backside, and Arona just comes in and just drills him in the back.
He is fortunate to hang on to that football. He got the wind knocked out of him. They're probably going to have to take a timeout here as the clock runs now, and that turns this into now a 3rd down and 15. Now a real chance for the Buckeyes to get a stop defensively, because this is obviously 4-down territory. They're going to go back to the air here, and with that blitz, watch the quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to dump it, and he drops it. They're going to throw it back to number 15, and he's got room to run. He breaks out to his left side.
Good job.
And what a good job there. Fluellen comes up and gets him. They do get some yardage on it. It's going to bring up 4th and about 6.
Yeah, this is the ball game right now. Under 4 minutes left, clock still running as they throw it back to number 15. Dylan Fluellen doing a good job coming up from his safety position, really saving a touchdown, but more importantly, not letting them get a first down. And this is the ball game right here. Buckeyes got to not give a soft cushion because they only need 5 yards. They got to play up tight, but 3 safeties deep, and got to get some pressure.
All right, empty backfield. Quarterback's looking to pass. They're trying to get their hands on him. He's going to throw for it.
Good job.
Is that picked off or knocked down?
No, he knocked it down. Incomplete. Buckeyes football.
Great, boy.
Rowan Fluellen saves the day on that one, comes across and makes the play, lays out, and that is going to stop them, but we've got a flag down.
Oh, my
All right, we're going to see who it is. It's going to be holding
against Graham.
So that's not going to matter.
Buckeyes football.
Not going to matter. And I tell you what, the stress of that last series is. I've got some extra gray hair that I didn't have when this game started. So
yeah, and so far, Jeff, you talked about it. Now the Buckeyes still got to figure out a couple of ways to move the clock with a 14-point lead here. And once again, they're 90+% winning percentage when they score 30, but they haven't scored in the second half. And right now, you'd like to see somebody break a long run here.
Yeah, keep in mind, Graham's got 3 timeouts left. So does the Buckeyes. And so don't think they won't be using this to stop the clock at some point. Buckeyes they're showing that they're bringing everybody after Tennyson, and he is going to get sacked on the 5.
Sells out and goes straight backwards, and Brandon Tennyson literally loses about 17 yards on that one. 18. The exact opposite of what they wanted to have happen here, Jeff. Now it's going to be second down and about 23. And now they got to find a way to move the chains with 3:02 left. This will click the clock down under 3 minutes. They'll probably run this one right here, but you see Graham just completely selling out. They're bringing guys out of every gap here.
Yeah, that was a huge defensive play, maybe the most important one of the game here. And they're telling Brandon, don't run out of bounds, whatever you do. Just eat up clock, and they want to keep the clock moving. It's 2:40, and you think Graham's got to take a timeout here.
And we've got a hurt Buckeye that stops the clock.
Yeah, get him off the field quick. We don't want to give them any opportunities. I mean, I'd like for them to have to burn their timeouts if they're going to do it.
That's Bryson Jimerson. That's down. And the Buckeyes wondering, how do we get somebody off here? That's his left.
Yeah, he gets up and gets off the field here. And they're going to go right back to motion. They say, get the clock spinning, let's go. And Buckeyes looking at 3rd and long. That looks like 3rd and about 23.
A huge learning opportunity here, Jeff, for the Buckeyes, because they have not closed the show here in the second half by any stretch of the imagination, and Coach Metzel probably going to keep things safe here, not put it in the air and not try to stop the clock. Davion Smith comes in at running back, and this is probably going to be a quarterback run to the wide side right here.
Yeah, they're going to leave it in the hands of the quarterback, and they do a good job getting over there on him. And you got to think they're going to call a timeout here to stop the clock. Yeah, they call the timeout. They want to talk it over. We're going to be right back after these messages.
For 120 years, First National Bank of East Texas has been earning the trust of our customers and our East Texas communities through ever-changing times with the commitment, dedication, and financial strength of our network of branches across East Texas, fulfilling dreams big and small and earning your trust every day. Let our friendly, expert staff serve you and your family's financial needs. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
All right, we're back in Prosper, folks. 2:11 left to play in the game. The second half been a lot about the Steers. The Buckeyes unable to score. It is 35-21. We have got a heck of a game here going on. The Buckeyes looking at 4th and about 18, 4th down. They're going to have to punt. You got to get a good snap and a good punt. And we get a decent punt, hopefully, and it doesn't take a Buckeye bounce. So you're talking about Graham getting the ball on the Buckeye 35-yard line, and that is a gift from Graham with 2:04. So what they want to do is try to punch this in the end zone as quick as they can, come back with the onside kick. If they get the onside kick, they're going to go for the end zone. They could go for the tie easily within a couple of minutes. So Buckeyes defense, if you're ever going to make a stand in Game 5, now is the time to do so.
Well, it's about pressuring the quarterback. And number 7, McKeon, number 54, Borda, and 44, Burton, they got to get pressure on the quarterback because it's all going to be in the air right now. And the secondary's got to figure out how to way to get a pick and get everybody covered. Can't afford a blown assignment here. Just play good, sound, fundamental football and go tackle people.
All right, dropping back to pass. Rolling to his left side. launching one for the end zone, and he makes the catch, but he's out of bounds, so that is going to bring up second down.
Yeah, once again, Marche Spraglin lost him back there. Guy got behind him, and he is not finding the football and turned around. That's dangerous, and that's number 3 who's going to be back there open. That's not the kind of guy that you can let behind you, as Marche can't get caught looking in the backfield there when he's the only guy responsible for that deep third. It's going to be second down. The clock stops, 1:57, only 3 seconds went off the clock there, Jeff.
All right, they're going to hand it off to 15, turn back around to the quarterback. He's launching one for the end zone, got a man open, and he drops it.
Intercepted.
Dropped it.
Oh, I thought Jaden
No,
Griffin
he dropped it.
that one.
He had a man open. Number
he
3
did.
was open in the end zone, and I thought they had it, or number 4 rather, and lucky for Buckeye fans, he drops the ball. A minute 49
there's going to
left
be
in the game.
A lot of coaching up from the secondary on the film session as the little flea flicker has the Buckeye safeties looking into the backfield. Number 3 runs right by number 14, Dylan Fluellen, and they had him wide open in the end zone. That ball just took too long to get there. 3rd and long, and this may be a time to dial up a blitz here with Arona, number 33, and try to find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback.
All right, quarterback drops back. He's got a little bit of pressure, tries to dump one, he does, and he gets out of bounds. Picks up about 5 yards. That's going to be 4th
and 2.
4th and 4.
Yeah, that's going to be, you're right, Jeff, 4th and 4. They
4th
need
and
all the way
3.
down to the 23 for a first down. Got out of bounds and stopped the clock, managing to save their timeouts here.
Well, this quarterback reminded me of the Godly quarterback. You know, he did this. He scrambled well and did a good job picking the defense apart when he had to, and that's what's happening here. Is we're just giving him enough time to get the ball down the field and get the receivers off the route. So we got to have some serious pressure. They're going to go for the end zone, double coverage, overthrown, no flag. Buckeyes will get the ball back, and that will probably put the nail in the coffin with a minute 36 left to play.
Well, they got 2 timeouts, Jeff.
They got 2 timeouts. If the Buckeyes can
make a first down.
We just need a first down.
Yeah, that's it. We need to get 1 first down. Look for them to just not hand it off. This is probably going to be Brandon Tennyson to the wide side of the field with a quarterback keeper. And let's see if they try to sell out because, trust me, Graham's going to bring the house right here with everything that they have.
Which if we just if we can dump it over them, you know, we'll take one all the way to the house because they are going to sell out. They're going to bring everything in the kitchen sink. And that is going to be probably a false start against Gilmer and back us up 5 yards. So that's not good news. 1st and 15 is what the call will be. It's going to move us from the 27 back to the 22.
Well, we need a first down. You can't give away 5 yards there. The offensive line, number 71, the left tackle. And I promise you, Jeff, my blood pressure is not as high as Coach Bear's is over there on the sideline.
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure. You know, it's that do or die time. You certainly don't want to make those kind of mistakes. You know, you stop the clock, you back up 5 yards. There's nothing good that comes from that. Here's the snap. Brandon Tennyson up the middle, and he's going to just have to fall down as they're doing a great job. They've got everybody in the box. There's just almost no way to run the football.
Yeah, and there's
Gilmer's just too nervous to throw the ball.
Yeah, and we're not going to throw the ball right now.
Incomplete passes.
Yeah, stop the clock.
Yeah, now they're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back after this message.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
All right, we're back here in Prosper. It's a minute 31 left on the clock. Gilmer leads 35-21, but the momentum has all been with Graham in the second half. So Buckeyes need to get a first down. It's 2nd and 15. They're going to keep it on the ground once again and get maybe 6. out of that one. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Graham has 1 timeout left that they're going to be forced to burn. And so they're going to talk it over, and we're going to be right back.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Yeah, here's the dilemma, folks. If you're wondering why we keep running the quarterback, we're trying to keep the clock running and force them to use their timeouts, which they have done now. But we're looking at 3rd and 9, and you think just pass it. But the problem is if you pass it and you don't make the catch, it stops the clock. And what we want to do is keep the clock running as long as we can. Now, we have to get a first down, though, or we have to turn the ball back over to them. So if we don't get it right here, and it looks like they're going to possibly throw, it's a low snap, quarterback keeper, and he's going to dive forward for a gain of about 1 yard as Graham just all over it. And we're looking at 4th and 8.
So play clock starts right now, Jeff, and with 35 seconds left on the play clock, we're going to have about a 30-second differential here as Coach Metzel is going to let this run all the way down, play clockwise, and
yeah, he'll let this drop.
The clock just stopped for 3 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because he's gonna
let it
go all the way down. So we're gonna eat this thing down to about 40 seconds, and then we're going to be about 41 seconds on the clock, and then we'll call a timeout, come out, punt the ball, and then all we have to do is get out of here without them getting a score. If they get a score, they're going to try the onside kick and then go for the end zone, a Hail Mary. They'd have to have 2 scores in 42 seconds, basically. And although unlikely, it certainly has been done many times before. So Buckeyes know how important this is. Think about this. We've got to have a great snap. Our last punt snap was a little bit low. We got to have a good snap. Everybody has to get their block. They blocked a punt earlier. They got a hand on it. We can't let that happen. Hernandez has to get a good kick with a great roll to pin them back as far as you can because they're going to come out and go to the air. They're going to be shooting passes to the sidelines and try to take off as little time as possible. They really feel like they have a shot to stay in this game. So this is critical right here. This game is far from over, although it only has 42 seconds left on the clock. This will be the longest 42 seconds of 2020 for Buckeye fans.
Yeah. Well, state championship ticket on the line here as Hernandez is back deep, only 1 man deep. That's number 12 that's back deep for Graham as the snap is going to be critical.
Yeah, Hernandez has got to handle this punt very well. Here comes the snap. It's a good one. Hernandez gets it off, not one of his better punts, and takes a Graham bounce, which is very unusual because Hernandez punts normally, 30 yards and then a 20-yard roll, and just haven't had that here tonight.
Yeah, that was a 9-iron shot right there.
Yeah, it was a short punt and a short field, which gives Graham a real shot at this. They've got 35 seconds on the clock, folks. Make no mistake, here's what's going to happen. They have no timeouts. They're going to throw, everything's going to be a pass. They're going to be running and trying to throw passes to the sidelines to get out of bounds if they are caught. If they're dropped, it stops the clock. So they can get a lot of plays off.
Buckeyes just need to figure out how to get 11 guys on the field right now as they didn't have all their guys
All right, here's
prepared.
the snap. Dumps one over the middle, falls incomplete. So there's one.
There's one, and the Buckeyes were not ready at the snap of the ball there. And the defensive secondary kind of confused with the linebackers trying to figure out who they're going to cover. And they're giving ground and basically retreating and going deep. The main thing that they got to figure out here is how to get pressure on the quarterback. If it's not a bad thing if you let somebody catch it up close and then you tackle them.
All right, dropping back, rolling under pressure, throwing the ball downfield.
No.
And they're going to say he caught it. And they're going to say he reeled that one in. That's going to move the chains. That's a first down.
And stops the clock and moves the chains.
Yeah, absolutely. Big play there because it only takes – we got 18 seconds actually. Clock still rolling and so they're going to stop the clock and probably put some time back on it.
Yeah.
They took a timeout on Gilmer's side. Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to talk about it now. I don't
Gilmer's
understand
going to take
why.
a timeout. I'm not sure why. The clock was still rolling.
Yeah.
But Buckeyes want to talk it over. They don't want to. 15 seconds seems like nothing. But if they punch this one in the end zone here, they're going to come back with about 11 seconds to maybe 10 seconds. Onside kick. And then throw a Hail Mary for the end zone. So
it's a tall order with 15 seconds, Jeff. But more than anything, you got to keep guys in front of you. You cannot allow, you cannot under any circumstances get a penalty. You cannot allow anything here to keep you from being able to tackle the guy in front of you. And keep them on the ground and let the clock run out. I mean,
yeah, and let's give it up for the Steers. I mean, what a lot of fight they had. Most teams will lay down at 35-7 at the half, but Graham has come out battling defensively and offensively. I don't know what was said in their halftime, locker room talk.
Now we put 21 seconds back on the clock.
Okay, they did have the clock running earlier, and instead when they moved the chains, they're supposed to stop the clock. So I agree with that. They unfortunately kept the clock running earlier. So here's the snap. We need a sack here. They're not going to get it. He's got a ball headed to the end zone. It's a Hail Mary. Who's going to come down with it? The Buckeyes do.
Interception, Jaden Griffith. Ball game. Jaden Griffith intercepts that pass.
And that is going to be the ball game,
Buckeyes are going to do it.
They're going to go to the state championship for the 7th time. 7th appearance. We got 3 wins. We got 3 wins. And now for the 7th time, the Gilmer Buckeyes will make a appearance in the state championship game. It'll be next Friday.
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
AT&T Stadium.
And what a game this was. Let's take our hat off for a minute to the Steers, who just showed a lot of heart to fight back in this game as the Buckeyes go into victory formation. And the Buckeyes, I'm going to tell you something, they're just glad to get out of here because the Steers really fought back and came back in a big way.
Yeah, great
and
first
did a
half
great
by the
job.
Buckeyes.
Yeah, well, the best first half we've seen all year by the Buckeyes.
Unfortunately, they didn't play 4, and you're going to have to play 4. But the good news is, Jeff, next week you only got 4 quarters left.
Yeah, you
got
4 quarters left to getting a state championship, folks. It is going to be the Carthage Bulldogs versus the Gilmer Buckeyes, and we said at the beginning of the year, if there was going to be a game that you wanted to see play at the end of the year, what was it?
Carthage Gilmer.
It was going to be Carthage Gilmer.
Got it.
And we've got what we look for at the beginning of this year, so it's going to be an amazing game.
The Buckeyes, because of the pre-negotiated in terms of the region that we represent, we will be the home team. So the Buckeyes will be all in black again next week, and this will be an instant replay of the Buckeye game that we had back in Buckeye Stadium. Let's hope that the first half, as we had last time in Carthage, where we had one of those second halves, like we didn't play 4 quarters. It's as simple as this now. The goal was just to get here. You got a shot. As Stump Godfrey said all year, in terms of his pregame motivational devotions for the team, this is what happens when you go hunt the lion. And I'd had a conversation with Alan, and Alan said, you prepare yourself to get here. And when David went to slay Goliath, he went to the river and chose 5 smooth rocks. You know what the good news is? God only needs 1.
Yeah.
You take 1 shot. You got 1 shot at the lion to go kill the lion. The mighty Carthage Bulldogs, #1 ranked all year, who really embarrassed the Buckeyes at home.
Yeah.
You got your second shot. If you're going to play 4 quarters, this is the time to do it. Back in the state championship game, that's all you can ask for.
Folks, we're going to be playing in AT&T Cowboy Stadium next Friday, 11 a.m. We want all the Buckeye fans. We need the whole army of Buckeyes to travel and come watch a great football game. Climate control building. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if
Bring
it's
your
cold.
mask.
Doesn't matter. Bring a mask.
Yell
Come sit
loud.
down, eat some popcorn, and watch the Buckeyes root them on to victory against the Carthage Bulldogs. You couldn't have had a storybook year better than the one we've had this year. And Gilmer Buckeyes win this game 35-21, and what a stressful game that it was, at least in the second half. Thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you guys next Friday in Dallas.
Go Buckeyes.